Hello, oh, that's weird, it was still playing that music there. Hello and welcome back to S-Rank, the only home of video games, and to Summer of PS3, this thing I wanted to do for a while now. All summer long here on the channel, I'm going to be streaming PlayStation 3 games, I guess primarily, if not almost entirely, focused on the PlayStation Move and PlayStation Eye camera. So motion control stuff, and there's also a couple, I guess, augmented reality type experiences. This week aside, going forward after this week, we're going to be once a week, there's going to be one of these streams on a different game. The full list is actually posted on our Bluesky and Twitter accounts. It should be the pinned tweet, so take a look. Follow us there while you get the chance, and like and subscribe to this video and this channel if you don't mind. But yeah, we're doing a lot of PlayStation 3 stuff. Devin's going to be joining me for a few of these, I think, at least one. That'll be later this week. But this week entirely is focused on Wonderbook. If folks might not have remembered what Wonderbook was, it was this weird and kind of seen as a joke immediately accessory for the, I guess, for the Move controller, which itself was an accessory for the PlayStation 3. Which comes first? Is it the camera? I know that obviously came, 3 or 4 years before the PlayStation Move, but like, is the, like, you need a bunch of stuff, and obviously they tried to bundle all of this stuff together. But Wonderbook was this book right here. There was, I think it was E3 2013, 2012. They showed this, it was 2012. They showed this rather kind of stupid presentation at E3 with this book, where it used the PlayStation 3 camera, the PlayStation Eye, to read these symbols on the page, QR code style, to make things happen in augmented reality. On it, he used a PlayStation Move controller to interact with these for the immersion. But yeah, only 4 games ever shipped for this, 2 of which are Harry Potter games, which includes our first game of the week, which is today's game, Harry Potter, or no, it's not called Harry Potter, it's just called Book of Spells. I want to say this out front, here on S-Rank, we don't condone J.K. Rowling's nonsense at all. I think she sucks. Trans rights are human rights, etc. She's just a bigot with a lot of money. I'm actually proud to say, even though I own 4 copies of this game, really only purchased 1 and then found 3 of them for like $10 in total. They were all purchased secondhand years after the fact. She did not make any money off of me purchasing these games. But yes, there's this one here, and then our third game of the week is also another Harry Potter themed game. The second game, which will be tomorrow's game, is I don't really know what it is as a video game. I didn't look at all at any of it. I booted it up just to make sure it was gonna like install anything on the hard drive, but we'll get to that tomorrow. It's called Diggs Nightcrawler. It might be a platform, I don't really know. And then the fourth game will be based off BBC's big documentary series, or just big special, Walking with Dinosaurs. Devin will join me for that one. And then the day after that, day 5 of, and the final day of Wonderbook week, will not be a Wonderbook game, but it'll be a augmented reality adjacent, maybe an older cousin of Wonderbook, that I've been excited to go for on the channel. But yes, let me see, I'm trying to think, did I say everything here? This whole kind of Summer PS3 thing is going to be running from today, June 29th, up until the end of September. I'm not sure if it's literally the 30th, or if it'll be the last week of September. I believe I have that all sorted out. So this week aside, there's 5 games for this week, but after this week, it'll be one of these Summer PS3 games a week, maybe 2. And so the second games potentially for some weeks will be dependent on some factors that are outside this channel, and they are non-PlayStation Move games, so they're bonus games, and that's why they're not on the big list there. I mentioned the J.K. Rowling stuff again. Fuck J.K. Rowling, she sucks ass. She should have all of her money stolen, blah blah blah. I guess Harry Potter in general, I think it's fine. I think it's whatever. It's a kid's story. That's it. I never really had the fascination with going to a boarding school and magic and stuff. Well, that's besides the point. So much criticism of Harry Potter just as a fiction, as like a story, is hard to it's hard to convey without this just J.K. Rowling haze of like, well, that is the lens that people nowadays are viewing your criticism of. Well, he's just saying that because she's awful and blah blah blah. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think it's good, but I think it's fine. Let's begin. I will say I had played this. I bought this a decade ago. We actually, the save file won't say it because I transferred all the save files from one PS3 to the one I'm currently using now 4 years ago. Save file is not going to reflect it, but I looked at my trophy list on PlayStation profiles. I didn't get too far in the game. May 30th, 2015 was when I played this game. I only played it once, and it was like over one sitting for like an hour. Decade ago. That's how long this book has been in my possession. I have 4 other of these books. They're all the same, but I have 5 of these books in total. Let's begin. But yes, all of these streams for this week are going to be as long as I kind of feel like it. But the standard summer of PS3 streams and videos and all that, you know, if you're watching it after the fact, those will just be like around 2 hours. That'll be closer in the middle of the day, kind of like now, but maybe a little bit earlier. Although the stream with Devin, Walking with Dinosaurs, that is going to be later in the evening, Eastern at time. This is the big Wonderbook setup. This is setting up the thing. I think we can skip a lot of this stuff. But you know what? Because this is the first one of these, let's watch through the whole thing. You got our kid there. I believe it's talking right now. I don't really hear it myself on the TV. I'm gonna press the button.
Welcome to Wonderbook, a special book that brings stories to life in your room with a magical range of new experiences the whole family can enjoy.
It's very
Each
funny.
Wonderbook experience requires 3 things.
I don't know, were they really thinking that this was going to be a big hit?
A PlayStation Eye camera and a PlayStation Move motion controller.
It requires so much.
Let's take a closer look at the PlayStation Move motion controller. You might be familiar with the action buttons on the top. Below these is the PS button,
You might
and
be
the big
familiar
button
with
in the middle
the standard
is called the
PlayStation
Move
buttons
button.
on your regular controller.
On the underside is the T button, and on either side we have
It's weird,
Start
they call it a
and
T
Select.
button. It is a trigger.
You can
Why it's
recalibrate
T.
anytime by pressing the
Trigger.
Select button and following
But it's
the
not
on-screen
RT or LT,
instructions.
it's just T. On PS3,
Before
I
you
don't,
can get started,
one of the things
I'm
I'm
gonna help you set
excited
everything
to
up.
learn,
Press the Move
I don't
button on your
think
motion controller
any
to
PS3,
continue.
PlayStation Move games. I'm actually now second guessing myself. I don't think any of them used 2. Obviously, PlayStation VR and the PS4, that was how you did it. It was 2 of them. I don't think the PS3 ones did 2, but now that I'm thinking about it, I have a couple fitness games that might do like the boxing. Maybe there was 2. I have the navigation controller. I'm gonna do a little video on that. I don't think that there was really any motion. I think it was meant to be more like the Wii nunchuck. It's called the PlayStation nunchuck.
For the best
Here's
possible Wonderbook experience,
stuff
we want to see your
over
face
there.
and your Wonderbook clearly on your
That's
TV.
actually-
All you need to do is make sure your PlayStation Eye camera is pointing down towards you and your Wonderbook.
Discord. But yes, it's looking for this book. But yeah, I got this mouse pad here on this little table. I can't take
Press
it off.
the Move button, and I'll show you what to do.
It's a old Final Fantasy XI mouse pad. It's a hard plastic top, and it's in white. But really, it was meant for rollerball mice. It was not meant for laser mice because my mouse doesn't really work on it. But I thought I'd put it here as a little thing because I had normally for this display or this table here, I have one of my 4 monitors on here right at the front. So it sits under the TV so that when we do trophy hunting streams and whatnot, I can reference guides without having to look over here, you know what I mean? So I had moved all that stuff off and had a keyboard here, an extra keyboard, and I was going to have a mouse here on the mouse pad. Doesn't really work all that well. I can't take this mouse pad off. I know it looks like I'm able to, but this is as far as it's going. It's got a some sort of foam bottom, not that like well constructed foam, if that makes sense. I don't know if something spilled. I don't think it would have, but it's stuck there. And trying to peel it off is, I could tell, peeling the foam off onto the table. So it's staying there forever, so we don't have a clean table here set up. Obviously, this thing wants me to sit on the floor.
To make sure you can be seen clearly in your room, set your
the PlayStation Eye camera has two different lens
To do
modes.
this, twist the camera lens round to the blue
Here
lens
on the one,
angle
it's already
indicator.
saying blue. They're really telling you, hey, blue. It is the wide-angle lens. This camera sucks. This camera came out in 2007, and I mean, you can tell. You can look at the same, this camera, the PlayStation 3 camera that you see on screen, actually, sitting on top of the camera that I'm using for OBS. So the same lights are affecting me, the same everything is affecting me, but you can just see how dark the image is there on the actual screen that the PlayStation camera is using. It's a very, doesn't matter. Like they say on the back of one of the boxes I have for one of these cameras, oh, it's great in low light. I think it doesn't work in high light as much, you can tell. So, looking on here.
Now,
yep,
you need
it's
to
tilted
tilt your
down.
PlayStation
I did all this
camera
setup
so it's
actually
looking down
already.
towards the floor and
But
not
it's kind of
straight
funny,
ahead.
they need to work you through
To
this
do
every
this,
single
hold
time.
the
They
camera
gave me
base
the
in one
option to
hand
skip,
and
but
push the camera
they have
lens
that
down
kind of
with your
thing
other
of like,
hand.
this is even pre-VR stuff where like, oh my god, I had to bring out the thing and set up the thing, how to make space. Even before that, there is this fatigue of like, I want to do the Wonderbook thing, I got to move the coffee table out of the way. I'm thinking about a regular house. I move the coffee table out of the way. Mine actually is in out of the way. I gotta on the fucking floor, and I gotta the camera because I'm not gonna leave the camera in this position. Maybe they're hoping that you're playing a bunch of PlayStation games and you don't want it pointing at the floor
above
anyway.
the center of your TV.
And who wants to sit on the floor? I
For
think
the
that's
best
why I only
results,
played
when
1
you sit
hour
on the
of
floor,
this game
your camera
a
should be at
decade
about
ago,
head height.
because I was probably getting uncomfortable sitting on the floor. This actually is about head level to me. So that's, although this is slightly tilted direction based off how the camera is. I got this big tripod set up and set to 0 degrees, but I can tell it is still slightly tilted. It's okay.
Try to
In
make
fact, me
your
pointing it
room
out
as bright and evenly
probably
lit
made it
as
noticeable.
possible, so that you and your Wonderbook
Make your
appear
room as bright as
clearly.
possible.
For
Okay.
best results,
1,
turn
2,
on all the lights in
3,
the room.
4, 5 lights. See that light there is basically at this point only just making sure the green screen is lit up. As far as audio is concerned, I have to get really close to this mic in order for it to like really pick me up. I think we should be good. And apologies if this gets in the way of the immersive shot here. Also, when I set up this layout, I made this chair that I was supposed to be sitting in. Just completely forgot that my legs aren't going to be obviously visible, and I was like setting it up today. I'm like, oh, I don't have time to draw legs or put a picture of legs in here. So this is what I look like. I have to figure out where I'm going to put Devin. Maybe I'll have Devin be like in the clouds. Seagulls up there.
Now sit on the floor a little way back
Check this
from your
out.
PlayStation Eye camera so you can see your face on your TV. Pick
Literally,
up your
when I
motion
first got
controller
this
and
table,
point it towards the camera
this
lens,
stream
keeping
and
it
these
clearly
games
visible on
were what I
screen.
had in mind for it.
Hold your motion
Funny
controller
enough.
really steady,
Oh, this
then
would
press
be
the move
perfect
button.
because it's not a 4-legged table. It's like a 2 kind of swoop leg thing. Works out great. Microphone. I'm wondering if I should left hand this game. Left hand. Otherwise, I'm doing this. I will say, despite how old this camera is, you're going to see in a few minutes here some unexpected tech being used. Not super great, but I don't know. Expecting this tech to be. That was recalibrating
Finally,
the thing.
place your Wonderbook
Basically
on the
finding
floor
the
in front
light.
of you. Make sure it's
see.
closed with the front cover facing upwards. If you can't see yourself and your Wonderbook on screen,
and it's a soft
try
cover
moving back
too,
a little.
by the way.
Press the move button
it's an
when
interesting
you've finished.
material. And the pages, there's not that many pages to them, but they are of a thick cardboard stock. Certainly a few millimeters.
You're all set up and ready to go. So leave everything as it is and press the move button to start your
and it's also
Wonderbook
reversed.
experience.
Yeah, they didn't think. You'll see when we get into it. The camera should be mirrored, because this should act like a mirror, not like how well, no, like this is a mirror. Sorry, it should be flipped so that like you'll see when we get into it. We'll see. I don't like the fact that they do that. I actually had to flip this OBS camera to act like that as well. This is actually not mirrored. It should be mirrored for the sake of you interacting with the camera. Alright, we're in. Kind of see right here, my hand goes right in front of the book. How are they doing that? It says in the NVIDIA camera capture, stack that's in the Switch 2, and obviously later NVIDIA graphics cards. Like, what is this? This janky PS3 camera. But it makes the book kind of float around when you kind of cover this in. Okay, let's begin. Just gonna show my save files. This was the save file when I set up a week ago. Look to see just how mad I am having to do all this stuff. And I know this says that this is from 2021. Again, that's when I moved my save files for the entire system over to this PS3. This is actually a decade ago. So that's me with my Anchorman t-shirt sitting on the floor, not looking happy. No, I do not have a bowl there. It's a weird thing in the way they're doing cameras. So we're going to start a new save file. I just made this one just to set up, make sure that it works. I do not have a Pottermore account. I don't even think they call it that anymore. Not that I care. We're going to pick a wand. 13.5 inches. 12 inches. 10.5. Well, we're big. 80's like the big wand. Old. Okay, look, and then your motion controller, your move thing turns into the wand, and they're trying to do stick your hand in front, sort of. It doesn't like you covering the actual ball on the PlayStation Move controller. You can kind of see where my index finger is right now. That's actually just past the ball. It doesn't like that, but it will let you cover up the actual wand itself. Pick a house. Don't know if this matters for the game. This is the weird thing to me of like, how come there's just like a house for the bad people? Why is that like, yeah, the hat says you're bad. Great. We'll pick this one. We have little banners popping up in front of the screen. Oh, right. Okay. Gotta get it. Oh, sorry. Sure, we'll keep that. Look how just... Granted, it's not blown up on your television as big as it is on mine, but...
You know, Hogwarts
grainy
students shouldn't be in the restricted section of the library without a note. You're lucky I'm just a professor. If the librarian caught you...
Subtitles on.
Oh, you've already picked up a book, I see, but...
Hoping that they're... Subtitles.
Hang on a minute.
There we go.
It's covered in dust. You must be the first student in years to pick it up. Where in the library did you find this? Ah, looks like you got post. Let's see now.
I really don't also like how British Harry Potter is.
This student is given permission to collect a copy of the Book of Spells from the restricted section.
This was made by
From the
London
restricted section? How
PlayStation
on
London
earth did you
Studio.
get permission for this?
RIP.
Oh, you're a
When
Gryffindor,
he shut them
are you?
down.
Well, I hope
Like,
you
they
know
shut
what you're
down so
doing.
many things.
Come
But
on
they
then,
still
let's have a
wanna
look
keep
at
buying
it.
stuff.
Brush that dust off the cover. That's it, keep going. Wait a moment. Is this? Yes! This is the Book of Spells by Miranda Goshawk. I mean, this isn't your standard Book of Spells. It's very old. But after all, you did get permission. It's just... Well, Miranda Goshawk was a powerful witch, and sometimes magic in old spellbooks can be a bit unpredictable.
Hold the book up.
What a beautiful edition. Come on, don't you want to start lessons? Show me page 1. What a beautiful edition. Oh, you're a keen one, I see. Let's have a look then.
It's weird how
Ready
it's
to begin?
like...
First,
is
let's
facing
make sure
me.
your wand is in fine shape.
But they're not
Now, a
doing it
spellbook
that
like
way
this
there.
can help you with
It's very
all
weird.
sorts of enchantments. See that glowing spot on the page? Point your wand at it, then press the T button.
Funny how... The camera. Kinda neat, I suppose. You saw a bit of my...
Here we are. We're going to practice this nice snap of the wrist. It's a sharp flick
Turn
of
that
your
left
wand
hand
like
for
this.
all of it.
Oh,
See how
there
this
we go.
goes.
Wow, it looks like your wand is ready to go. Time to show me some real wand work.
Cracking.
Just give your wand a good, sharp
Very well.
flick of the wrist. Oh, that's it. Very good. Right, keep flicking now. You don't need to press any buttons with a spell like this. Just flick. Flick out some more sparks. Make sure you've got the hang of it. Keep going. Let's get your wand
gonna
really
go
warmed
off
up.
if it drops
Yes,
as
you've
a
definitely
zero.
got the hang of it. Let's move on, shall we? You can cancel activities at any time by holding the circle button, so do that now. Good, now hold it. It looks like your wand work is up to scratch. Let's move on. There you go. Now let's see what our esteemed author Miranda
Feels weird
Goshawk
to do
had
my
to
left
say in
hand.
her foreword.
I was born into a poor family, the last of 9 sisters. When I was a youngster, there was no basic spell book to give a
Give me-
beginner witch like myself the
barely tell
clear
how
and
you-
simple instructions
Oh.
that would have made magic a
Pick.
much less mysterious
Give me the-
process. I struggle to understand the complicated instructions in the old-fashioned
Yeah, I
textbooks
think how
I was
this
given at
game,
school.
what I remember
Back at
worked
home,
is
I
you go
was
through
at the
chapter by
mercy of
chapter
my
in
older
the
sister's
fictional book,
mischievous attempts to give me the wrong
and,
incantation
you learn some
for
spells,
every
and it's
spell
very
I
gimmicky
attempted.
stuff.
Hand-me-down
it's-
robes are merely
Say this is a
embarrassing.
kid's,
Hand-me-down
tech
spells
demo kind of
can be
game,
dangerous.
kind
When
of
I grew
fleshed
up,
out
I
as a
quickly realized that the
how much this
help I
costs,
had
$50,
craved
$60 tech
simply
demo.
did not exist.
I mean,
and
because this had to come
so
with the book physically.
I created the book you are holding.
The other,
now.
the two non-Harry
Book
Potter
of
games were
Spells.
digital only.
I could not be prouder that
Although
this
there
simple
might be a
school
chance
textbook
that
is now being used in
one of
schools for
them
magic
was
all
physical,
over the world,
maybe the Walking
and
Dinosaurs
has been
one
translated
was
into 72
physical,
languages,
in
including
Britain,
gobbledygook and Monish.
UK.
I also had a few special editions printed for my dear sisters, which unfortunately contained a few misprints that led to quite a few comical mishaps. But Romilda's tale has
Those were
vanished now,
digital only, at
and
least over
we're all
here.
friends again.
But then the
The
second
Book of
Harry Potter
Spells
game for this
will enable
also
you to perform a
came
range
with
of
the book.
basic
It's in the,
and
it's
not
in a
so
big
basic
box. They have the
spells
whole
that will
shebang.
enhance, protect, and
Taking up
enliven
space.
your life. At the end of each chapter, you will find a conundrum. a little poem with a hidden message concerning those characteristics and habits that make witches and wizards
See, like,
truly
it's
great.
tracking the pages.
If you turn the page, you'll cancel whatever you were doing on the previous page. We'll need to go back and complete that
chastised
activity
for
at
having
some
fun
point,
with
so
the
don't
book.
forget.
Gotta read
There
that
you
again?
go. Now let's see what our esteemed author Miranda Goshawk had to say
Okay,
in
well,
her
it
foreword.
loses points for being like, hey, here's a.
I
my
was
God.
born into a
You
poor
kidding me?
family, the last of
I
9
guess I'll put my
sisters.
hands away.
When I was a youngster, there was no basic
God.
spell book to give a
It
beginner
loses
witch
points
like
for,
myself
you got this
the
thing in front of
clear
you,
and simple instructions
probably a
that
fidgety
would have
child,
made magic a much less
and you just want to mess
mysterious
around with the
process.
thing.
I
And here the
struggled
game is
to
like,
understand
well,
the
sorry, you turned the
complicated
page while
instructions in the
the boring
old-fashioned
narration
textbooks
is
I was given
happening.
at school. Back at home,
Now you
I
have
was
to
at
start
the
it.
mercy of my older sister's
PS3 just
mischievous
went into
attempts.
overdrive.
Give me
By the way, I
the
do have a
wrong
fan on.
incantation for every
Only set to medium
spell
strength.
I attempted.
Hopefully it's not
Hand-me-down
overpowering
robes are
on
merely
the
embarrassing. Hand-me-down spells
what's
can
it
be
called?
dangerous.
The audio,
When
the
I grew
microphone.
up, I
Hopefully
quickly
it's
realized
good
that the help
there.
I had craved simply did not exist. And so, I created the book you are holding now. The Book of Spells. I could not be prouder
Okay.
that this simple school textbook is now being used in schools for magic all over the world.
I was
and
starting
has
to
been
play with the book.
translated into 72 languages,
Starting to play with
including
the book.
gobbledygook and Mamish. I also
Yeah, it
had a
doesn't
few
up here.
special editions printed for my dear sisters, which
on.
unfortunately contained a few misprints that led to quite a few comical
Because this
mishaps.
is as high and
But
as low.
Romilda's tail has vanished now, and we're all
Look at my
friends
hand
again.
up here. You can see
The Book
where it
of
gets cut off up
Spells
high and
will
down
enable
low.
you to perform a range of basic and not so basic spells that will enhance,
We're
protect,
past the
and
point
enliven
where
your life.
no. I
At the
remember
end of
that.
each chapter, you will find a conundrum. A little poem with a hidden message concerning those characteristics and habits that make witches and wizards truly great. Each conundrum tells the story of
probably
a
take
witch
this
or
wrist
wizard
strap
who did
out.
not possess the necessary traits
Just this is
and
kind of
paid the
annoying to
price.
like have it be.
Names have
down.
been changed to protect the
I don't want to
adult.
put it on because I might swap
The
over to this
solution to
hand
all the
sometimes 'cause
conundrums
this
can be found
microphone
when you have mastered
apparatus
every spell in this book.
way.
But by that time, you may not need the solution at all. Good luck, stay safe, and make
Also,
good
I'm
magic.
surprised they never found a way to like make this a two-player experience. You know what I mean?
You uncovered a collectible. That will go into the collectibles chapter in your spellbook. Later on, you can visit the chapter to see all the things you've collected. But for now, let's move on. Now we've got 2 magical spots on the book. Every page of the Book of Spells has spots like these. See that new spot on the right-hand page? Use your wand to pull it up out of the book, and we can read what spells we have in store in Chapter 1. Or you can try testing out your wand again by pulling up the picture on the left-hand page. It's up to you. The levitation charm. Aha, starting with the basics. This one always comes in handy. Right, first we'll learn a bit about the spell. Then, when you're ready, you'll learn to cast it. Now, you don't read this spell book like a muggle textbook. To read your book, you point your wand at any words that are glowing on the page, and then just press the T button.
Then why have it be a damn book? Now I wonder if it's gonna let me move.
One of the book's pictures has got a bit out of control. Just try brushing those feathers away with your hand.
And see, like, you know, it's attempting to cut my hand out from the background that the actual camera is, overlaying it on top of their.
Wingardium Leviosa! The magic words for the levitation charm are Wingardium Leviosa. Be sure to make the gar nice and long. Say the incantation aloud nice and clearly now. 3, 2... Remember, we'll need to go back and finish that later. Now,
So there's something. to do
now
here.
we've got 2 magical spots on the book. Every page of the Book of Spells has spots like these. See
those
that new
before
spot on the right-hand page? Use your wand to pull it up out of the book. and we can read what spells we have in store in Chapter 1. Or you can try testing out your wand again by pulling up the picture on the left-hand page. It's up to you. When you read the Book of Spells, you can use your wand to move the words back and forth. Try it now. Point your wand at the words at the top of the screen, then hold the T button and slide them to the left. That's it. Whenever you're reading, you can use your wand to skip ahead or go back. Point with your wand again and slide the words to the right to go back.
Okay.
Nice wand work. You can also stop reading at any time by holding the circle button.
Paragraph on the page.
In this chapter, we'll learn 4 spells ideal for developing your wand skills.
So you can see they want to have a shadow for the wand.
Each new spell is sure to be useful throughout your wizarding career, whether you're making objects fly or lighting your way in dark places. Practice hard, and you'll soon be ready to take on this chapter's final test, and will be well on your way to becoming an accomplished witch or wizard.
There was only 4 spells.
Good work.
Oh, that was... Oh,
there
look,
we
you
are.
Can see...
See there in the bottom corner? Your spellbook can't wait to move on. That means you've finished everything on this page, so turn over when you're ready.
You know what? I'm curious. Yeah. Now this is actually facing me. Get a seat. For the polygons. Okay. And hey, like, the tracking, let me set the wand aside now. Now that we're kind of, like, in... The tracking on all this stuff, you know, that's kind of neat. Right? That's kind of neat. Kind of... at the back book. Although it says it's upside down. Right? So if this is the top of the book, that means... Yeah, I know. You see the wand. So this is the top of the book. So the top of front should be on this side. But if I do... Oh, no, it is. It's just dumb. I don't know. I guess how would I do it, right? Alright, it wants us to turn, I guess, from this.
Now, you don't read this spellbook like a muggle textbook. To read your book, you point your wand at any words that are glowing on the page, and then just the levitation charm is one of the first spells learnt by any young witch or wizard. With the charm, a witch or wizard can make things fly with the flick of a wand. The charm is an excellent test of your magical skill, wand control, and above all, patience. There you have it. For every spell you learn, you'll first get a description of the spell from the author. Oh, look! There's more to find out about the spell. Looks like Miranda Goshawk also put a wizarding story about the levitation charm into her book. Pull up the glowing picture with your wand to read the story, or just turn the page.
You gotta do the game. Guess we'll...
Looks like we're going to hear a tale about this spell. Ready? It's up to you. Do you want to read the story now or later? Use your wand to choose. Point at one of the tabs. Hold the T button, then slide the tab out.
That's kind of cute. Stick the wand straight through. Look, and my hand goes sort of. Yeah.
Good. Now hold the T button and slide the tab out to the right. That's it. The levitation charm was invented in 1544 by Warlock Jarlath Hobart, who mistakenly believed that he had at last succeeded in doing what wizard kind had so far failed to do, and learnt to fly. Hobart invited a large crowd of wizards, including the chief warlock of the Wizengamot, to witness his maiden flight. On the 16th of July, 1544, Hobart climbed onto the roof of the local church And after several speeches and a rousing performance of the... it seems your spell book is testing you. There's a word missing from the... yes. After a rousing performance of the national anthem, he leapt into midair.
You, like, Harry Potter fan
At
votes
first, Hobart appeared to have succeeded.
exist, first off, but no, seriously, like...
He hung in
Are
midair
they
for nearly
charmed
3
by a lot of this
minutes
stuff?
until the crowd grew
For me, the Harry
impatient to
Potter
see
thing.
him move somewhere. In response to their catcalls, Hobart began to perform vigorous swimming movements,
Like the whole Harry
which had
Potter
no effect. Mistakenly
I don't know,
believing that he
story,
was
world,
being
all that stuff
hampered
feels
by
like
his heavy
it was
boots
constantly
and
being made up as it went
another
along.
missing word.
And so to me,
Jarlath's
it
going
doesn't
to throw
feel like
something
there'd be,
away,
like-
but what?
Not that I'm a Star Wars
Point
guy
at one
either.
of those 2 words. No, that's not how the story goes.
You have to pick the correct one.
Oh, believing he was being
I'm not that big a
hampered
fan of
by
Star
his
Wars
heavy
either, but it felt like
robes,
that
he took
at
them
least
off
sets
and
itself up
tossed
to like
them away.
consistent rules that could
Upon removal of these items,
be
Hobart
believable
dropped
that
10
things
feet,
that were not
and
introduced
it became
in
painfully
movies
clear
or
to
books or
those watching
whatever
from below
could have been thought
that far from
out
weighing him
enough
down, they had been helping to
exist
keep him
within the
airborne.
consistency of that world. But the Harry Potter thing just
Infuriated
feels
by
like
the
it just feels
increasing
like she's
laughter
making
of the
shit up as she goes
onlookers,
along. Both from
Hobart
the stories
continued to
itself.
strip
Look at that.
until
Point being
finally,
is that, like,
on
do,
removal
like,
of
Harry
his...
Potter adults
oh
find
dear,
this,
what do you think he removed next?
like, charming
Pull
or
out a tab to
amusing?
choose. On removal of his underpants, he plummeted to the earth, completely naked. Breaking 16 bones and earning himself a fine for what the chief warlock described as outrageous silliness. Humiliated, Hobart returned home and continued his work.
Into
He
close the
eventually
book, but I know
realized
as soon as
that
I go
he
to
had
do any of
invented a
that,
spell that would lift objects into the air and could cause them to hover for varying lengths of time, depending on their weight and the skill of the spellcaster. Small animals and even children might be levitated, but once airborne, they had no control over their direction of movement. Hobart consequently made a second
just a very
announcement,
British
and
thing.
another, even larger crowd assembled to watch his new demonstration,
be like, yep, we like this.
hoping for another hearty laugh at his expense. New demonstration was initially much more successful than the first. Hobart showed the onlookers how he could lift a variety of objects, ranging from small rocks all the way up to... what else could this... That's it! He could lift fallen trees!
Weird, like, where am I gonna put
Unfortunately,
this, like,
the cheers of the crowd went to Hobart's
All right.
head,
We
and he
might be
decided
skipping
for a
the
finale
stories
to levitate the chief's
this.
hat.
I
Oh,
realize
what's
it
going
would
to
be-
happen? It was only then that he, and indeed the crowd, realized that the chief wore a wig. Hobart only survived the resulting duel by levitating the chief's robes over his head and running for it.
Right in the camera.
There you go. Now, some spells in the book will have wizarding stories to go with them, left especially by Miranda. I mean, our esteemed author. This spellbook has some powerful magic indeed. Time for you to do some magic of your own. I think you're ready to learn to cast this spell. What? Right. You're ready for your first spell. Levitating things
This camera has a
using magic.
microphone. Is it actually going to make me say it?
Wingardium Leviosa. The magic words for the levitation charm are Wingardium
Keep looking
Leviosa.
over to where the camera
Be sure to
is,
make
and
the
it's hanging out there.
gar
My
nice
tongue
and long.
realize it's right there.
Say the incantation aloud nice and clearly
Make a
now.
little face.
3, 2,
Face is
1.
here.
You'll have to speak up.
Oh my god,
Good,
it actually,
nice and loud.
it actually is using the, well, I didn't say the thing at all. I just remember mama and talked.
That's the incantation learned.
At least it doesn't
Now
have to be
time for the
parrots.
wand gesture you must make to cast the spell. Pull the gesture diagram. This spell is all in the wrist. Keep your wand hand loose and perform a nice, smooth swish and flick movement. This is it. To cast a spell, you trace the gesture shape while holding the move button on your controller. Hold down the move button, trace the shape, then let go. Great! Once more, this time
Very loud
draw the shape
vibration.
from memory. No, that wasn't it. Start tracing the shape as soon as you press the move button, then let go of the move button as soon as the shape is finished. That's it! See that symbol in the
picked up as
corner?
much?
That means you've cast the spell. Now, you don't need to press the move button or make the gesture again. You can keep using this spell till you cast another. Now, with the levitation charm, you point your wand at an object, then hold the T button to levitate it. You've got the right spell. Point your wand, then hold the T button. Oh, here we go. Try levitating that jar. Point at it and hold the T button. Put the jar safely back down on the book so we can move on. Oh, well, you've got the levitation basics. Keep levitating if you like, or hold the circle button down. These things don't grow on trees, you know. Levitate the jar again and try to land it carefully. Try levitating it again. Have a play around.
Not really like following the motion. Kind of is, but
Slippery little things, eh? You're doing well. Now try landing the jar safely back on the book. You need to Superb! You need to safely land the jar to move on. Just release the well done. Now try levitating it again. This time, see how high you can get it before dropping it. Put the jar safely back down on the book so we can move on. You need to safely land the jar
Okay,
to
get
move
it.
on. Very steady wand work there. You can keep levitating, or we can move on. You can return the book to normal at any time by holding the circle button. Huh! Look at that! Some previous student has scribbled in your book. Defacing a library book. Wait. It looks like they've added an enchantment to the book. I tell you what. Use your wand to pull up that bewitched illustration from the page and let's see what happens. Uh-huh. It seems our mischievous magical vandal wanted to give you a creature to practice levitating. Go on then,
Sure.
give it a go. Cast Wingardium Leviosa and then try levitating that toad. It won't do it any harm. Spot on.
more of a V than the J that they had there.
That's it. Keep levitating the toad. Oh, he doesn't know what hit him. Well done. Of course, this toad was just conjured up by
panning
your
up
spell.
really what's happening
Don't
is
let me
zoomed
catch you
in.
trying this on the
You know
roof.
what I mean? This is just a static camera. Which might also be why it is so grainy and blurry. You know, it's because it's zoomed in so that it can do this.
Oh, there he goes. You need to be a bit more careful. That's no way to
not
treat
real.
an innocent toad. Next time I might have to take away house points. That's the basics. Now it's time for a proper
Next
practice.
page.
You've learned your first
Innocent.
spell. Now it's time for a practice exercise conjured by your book. I'll be awarding house points,
actual
so do
page
your best.
itself.
Let's find out what challenge Miranda Goshawk has set you. Point your
Sticks
wand at
out.
the glowing illustration
Or from the
and
edges.
pull it up.
Again, this is one, you know, big, kind of neat.
Now it's time to
demo-y
practice
thing.
your new charm and learn to levitate with confidence.
But they sold this as one
Luckily,
thing, and,
this spellbook holds a
you can
number of
finish this
powerful
in-
enchantments which allow it to
for
provide
a
a safe
child,
space
a
for
couple
spell
settings.
practice.
But like an adult that wants to get on with this, one setting.
Your book's going to conjure up a practice space. Here we go. An herbology greenhouse. Those plants are mandrakes. I'd know them anywhere. A perfect
See how,
chance to put your levitation to the test. Levitate the mandrakes
Camera,
out of the
even
ground
though
and
it's
into those
supposed to be
pots
60
over there.
hertz,
You'll need to
not
cast the levitation charm again for this
being
exercise.
utilized like that. But at the same time, the game itself isn't. I actually don't know what a current frame rate is.
I don't think that'll work. A bit lost? Press the triangle button for a hint.
I did.
Well remembered. Now these mandrakes are fragile, so you'd better levitate them up out
There
of the
we go.
ground and
Okay,
over
so
into the
all
pots.
this-
Point your wand at a mandrake. Oh, they're stubborn. Hold the T button. There he goes. I'll magically muffle the place. Muffliato. There. Release the T button to pop him in. That's it. Release the T button to drop him. Well done. Right. Drop this little fellow into the right-sized pot. Well done. This mandrake can settle into his new home. You need to repot all the mandrakes to complete the exercise. That's it. Now just release the T button to drop him. Excellent. Nice work. That's it.
Or if there's a speedrunning scene for this game.
Whoa! Lost control of your levitation there. Never mind. Just pick him up again. Good
Those
job.
sluggish.
Ugly blighters, aren't they?
And like the way they're handling
Excellent.
how this camera
Nice
panning
work.
stuff works makes it harder to do this function. Makes it harder.
Well done. Now just
Like, where
release
am
the
I
T
aiming?
button to drop him. Excellent. Nice work. All safely repotted. Some
Great.
spectacular levitation in there, I must say. Activity complete. Time to see how well you did. Here's a note recording your progress in this lesson. Here we are. Let's see how you did. Well done indeed. You've mastered your first spell. Ah, and to prove it, here's a wizarding photograph recording one of your moments of magic. Good work. Not the most elegant display of levitation. A couple of bruised mandrakes there, but a good job nonetheless. 5 house points.
What did the house?
Miranda
points mean again?
Goshawk's left behind a little more information on this spell. If you'd like to read it, pull up the note, or you can just turn the page.
I think we're turning the page.
A water-making spell. A useful one, this. Pull up the description text to find out more, or turn the page to learn to cast it.
The last page, by the way.
Here we'll learn the necessary gesture and incantation to conjure water from your wand. First, we'll learn the incantation for this spell. Pull the words up from the page. Augmented. The incantation for conjuring water is augmented. Be sure to say it clearly when casting the spell. Nice and loud now.
Blah 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 blah.
Excellent, well said. Time to learn the wand gesture. Pull up the gesture diagram. Casting augmented requires a smooth wave movement from left to right with your wand. Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory? Ah, yes. Great. With this spell, just hold down the T button to send out a jet of water.
Sorry, that was the first thought I thought of.
Are you going to play with the text all day? Release the T button and let's get started. Watch where you spray that thing.
Good comedian.
That's it. Give the book a good soaking. Don't worry, its enchantments should protect it. Give the... Lovely. Hose those pages down. Good stuff. How about we let the book dry off, eh? You have to be sure that the book is dry before we move on. Tilt the book up so the water runs off it. That's the way. You've completed the first half of Chapter 1. To move to the second part of the chapter, you'll need to close the book, and then choose Chapter 1, Part 2.
Okay.
Here we are. We're going to practice this nice snap of the wrist. It's a sharp flick of your wand like this.
Here.
Here we go. You've finished the first half of Chapter 1. You'll be able to unlock the other chapters soon, but for now, just point your wand at Chapter 1, Part 2, then press the move button.
5 chapters plus what I think was supposed to be the final test. I see.
Chapter 1, Part 2.
This is how they get away with having, like, 6 pages.
Unlocking Charm. Oh, this is an unusual spell book. Now, I wouldn't normally teach you this ingenious little charm so soon in your career. Still, it seems Miranda Goshawk thought you could be trusted. Pull up the text to learn about this spell. There are many ways to pass through. See the fire-making spell, the gouging spell, and the reductor curse. Where you wish to...
Moving on.
Oh, look at that, another collectible. Another story, this time about the unlocking charm.
I am now just
Point your
realizing
wand,
it auto
then squeeze the T button to pull it up. You know the drill.
Back. So hold on. I was so confused. Be here. I want to emulate what this is supposed to be. Just the latency. PlayStation 3 camera.
Point your wand at the glowing illustration and pull it up to start.
Oh, no.
Ready for another tale? Ah, don't forget, you will need to go back and finish that later.
Wait, seriously? See if we don't need to.
First, we'll learn the spell's incantation. Try that picture of some keys. Use your wand to get it going. Alohomora. To unlock doors with just a wave of the wand, speak the incantation Alohomora. Nice and clearly now. 3, 2, 1.
Blah, 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 blah.
Excellent pronunciation. Excellent. Now let's learn the gesture. Pull the diagram up from the page. Now, the spell requires a nice, sharp wand movement. Start at the bottom and go up, then diagonally down and then across. Nice. Let's see that gesture again, but drawn from memory this time. Excellent. With this spell cast, you don't need to do the gesture again. You just start flicking your wand towards locked objects to open them. Let's see what this spell can do. Oh, there's something to unlock here. Flick your unlocking charm. Oh, you've picked up a collectible. Look out, bats! Smells like someone... Oh, wasn't expecting that.
Alright, you did the thing.
Well done. That's the last of them.
I think we did anything.
Ah, we've got another bit of information about this spell. Pull it up if you'd like to read it.
We got the general
Wand lighting charm. As before, point your wand at the words, then pull them up from the page.
Camera be flipped around to not be a mirror, or no, to be mirrored. Whatever it was, the opposite of what it is right now on the PlayStation 3 camera settings, which I briefly looked at before hopping in again, just to make sure that the framing was right.
This charm will light the end of your wand, providing illumination in darkness. The wand lighting charm is simple, but as damage. Oh, look at that, another collectible.
Sure.
Oh, looks like another bit of extra information from Miranda Goshawk. Pull that new note up with your wand, or you can just turn the page. A pile of leaves. What a mess. Just brush them away with your hands. Oh, fascinating. There appears to be a hole in your book. I wonder what's in there.
Okay. That's clever. Not much you can do, but there's something.
The incantation to light one's wand is Lumos. Your turn. Try saying the incantation for this spell. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Excellent pronunciation. Now you've mastered the incantation, let's move on to looking at the spell's gesture.
Sound that was not hearing before.
You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the picture on the page. The gesture for Lumos is a nice, smooth, upwards loop. Nice. Let's see that gesture again, but drawn from memory this time. That's the way. Excellent. Let's move on and see what this spell can do. Once you've cast this spell, you just need to hold your wand wherever you need light. Simple as that. Ah, yes. Yes, well done. Use your wand light to search around the room. There's bound to be something to find. A puff skein? How did that get in here? Well, these make the perfect wizarding pet. There's more to find. Keep looking. Keep searching. Good work. I wonder what that's doing there. There's more to find. Keep looking. More objects to go. Keep it up. There's more to find. Keep looking. Keep searching. There's more to find. Keep looking. Keep searching.
I'm like getting all messed up on like.
More objects to go. Keep it up.
Stack of books supposed to be. What about just this, the candlestick?
Keep.
Candlestick.
You've learned to produce light. Another crucial spell.
It just pans up, sees your head, pans back down.
Oh, Miranda certainly wants to put you through your paces. Use your wand to pull up the text from the page.
Hey, British man.
By now, you should be getting the hang of spell casting, but it's important to practice the wand lighting charm. By now, you should be getting...
You have to
Once
Swipe.
again, your spellbook will now conjure somewhere for you to practice your powers of illumination. I hope you're not afraid of the dark.
Harry Potter was a
Not a very friendly-looking forest. Uh-huh. Merlin's beard. A devil's snare. These predatory plants thrive in the dark, but can be driven back by light. That devil's snare looks eager to rip your spellbook to pieces. Cast Lumos to ward it off. Put that predatory plant in the spotlight. Excellent. Use your wand's light to drive back those tendrils. Wonderful wand work. I like what I'm seeing. Keep going.
Oh, what if there was a plant that hates light? That'd be like such a...
That devil's snare didn't know what hit it. Wonderful wand work.
Poor patient.
Congratulations! You've mastered Lumos. And to prove it, here's your certificate. Here we are. Let's see how you did. And there you are, captured in all your magical spellcasting glory. The book's unscathed. After that superb display of spellcasting, you've earned 15 house points.
One of the trophies for doing all these perfectly.
Your first test. I know you'll make me proud. Pull up the glowing text on the page to begin.
Oh, we gotta learn.
Well done. You've nearly completed the first chapter of the Book of Spells.
Yep.
By first...
Yep.
Pass the test.
Yep.
What's this? Some kind of fountain? It looks pretty dry, though. Let's try filling it. That's it! Now, point your wand and hold the T button. It's not full yet. Get some more water into the fountain. Merlin's beard! It was a trick! We've released a Kelpie, a shape-changing water demon. Very dangerous.
Barely tell what was going on. With the way the frame it is. And
the only way to tame a
camera
Kelpie
feed
is to get a bridle over its head like a horse.
what's the
Miranda
term?
set
It's
you
not
quite a task.
desynced,
First,
essentially.
we'll need to find something to bridle it with, like a bit of rope.
Aaron,
You know this
screen
place
tearing.
is strangely familiar. I think we're in Scotland. I recognise that loch. And here's another kind of loch. This portcullis is in our way. Remember, in this test, you'll need all the spells you've learned so far. What spell could help us open up the gate? We still need to fix the gate mechanism. Which one of your spells could lift up those cogs and put them back? Excellent. Where does this cog need to go? Watch out. Excellent work. Oh, careful. Slots right in. Well done. Watch out. That's it. One more to go. Excellent. Where does this cog need to go?
actually didn't get there. I just figured me.
That's got it, but where does it fit? Ooh. That seems to have done the trick. Well done.
This is one of those things where it's like,
Right,
if they
what's
waited
next?
like a year.
Remember,
and
if
just
we're
put
going
this
to
on the
take on that
PS4 with
Kelpie,
that
we'll need a
camera,
rope
you know what I
or a
mean?
bridle. Miranda
I don't know, maybe it
Goshawk
would have
certainly
been,
doesn't mess about. This place has seen better days, that's for sure. Be ready for anything. Ah, there you are.
Not as, like,
I bet this
limited
next
time
challenge
wise.
has something to do with these
Barely
large
control
chests.
this.
Ugh, odd place for bats to sleep. Still, you've got the right idea. Try the other chest. Galloping gargoyles. Excellent, you're making me proud.
You've almost got it. You can't lose, I just know it. Oh, nice. Excellent, you're making me proud.
This one go away.
Wonderful spell work. Oh, nice. Wonderful spell work. I think you've sent it packing. Yes, great wand work. No, there goes the bridle. We'd better follow it. Where's this test going to take us next? The lock. Wand out, I think. That Kelpie could be anywhere. Be ready. I have a feeling this is the final part of the test.
Who is this narrator? Is he supposed to be a...
There it is.
So to tame this beast, we need to get the bridle over its head. I think you'd better use your levitation charm. Going swimming is not a good idea.
That's it. Now point at the bridle.
Oh, it looks like the beast recognizes the bridle. Best wait for it to settle.
That's it. Lovely bit of levitation.
Even with the bridle, he's a spirited fellow, eh?
Nicely done. You've clearly mastered this chapter's spells. I couldn't be more proud.
If this stuff works on our PS3.
Your first chapter test passed. What an achievement. And here's your prize. Miranda Goshawk's Conundrum.
When little Isadora Rose, a sweet young witch, that button nose, was bought a wand, she thought it grand. It shone so brightly in her hand. Now here's an end to all my woes, the charming girl told friends and foes. I'll never ever need to work. In truth, she always liked to shirk. If anybody makes me cross, my wand will show them who is boss. And if they go and treat me worse, I'll fix them with a single curse. And everything I want I'll get with this, my darling little pet. With that, she waved her brand new wand and turned her black hair brassy blonde. But as the days and weeks went by, that lazy girl refused to
It looks like this is as far as I got
to
a
master
decade.
new spells. Truth to tell,
Looks like I did
she
not
didn't do the old ones well.
play more than
Her
this
hair
one
turned
chapter.
blonde, but then fell out. Her curses never had much clout. Her wand began to wilt, poor thing, as boredom took away its zing. And naturally she blamed the wand and threw it in the old duck pond. But you know better. You can see what caused her mediocrity. What must you do, which she did not? What must you do, and do a lot? Answer this, and do it loads, or I will turn you all to toads.
Okay. To answer this.
Once you learn all the spells contained in this book, you should be able to puzzle out the answer.
Supposed to do.
Here's your certificate recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look.
Is like the owl
You've
supposed
well
to,
and
like,
truly
fly
mastered
around
your
the kid's
spells,
head
and you
if they're
didn't
sitting
make
correctly
any
on-
mistakes. Take 15 house points.
Get the idea.
If you've finished admiring your handiwork, press the
I didn't realize that's what it wanted me to do.
That's
Should be getting
it.
trophies.
You finished chapter
Chapter
1
two.
of the Book of Spells. Now you can start chapter 2, 3, or 4. It's up to you. Just close the book to select a new chapter. Don't forget to have a look at the collectibles you've won in the collectibles chapter, or revisit the poem in the...
Okay.
Now you're free to take on chapters 2, 3, and 4 in any order.
Whoa.
Remember, you need to complete Part 1 and Part 2 of each chapter before you can start a test. And don't forget to visit the Collectibles chapter to see what you've picked up so far. Chapter 2, Part 1.
We can skip those stories, by the way. They take so long to do. And open the book. The whole gimmick.
You've made great progress. Time for Chapter 2. Remember, you don't read this spellbook like a muggle book. Point your wand at the glowing words, then pull the... It's time to move on to more complex magic. In this chapter, we will cover a range of challenging and at times dangerous new spells. Keep your wits about you in this chapter, and soon you'll master new magical skills from revealing invisible ink, or conjuring flocks of birds from your wand, to the art of magical fire making. There we have it. Turn the page to learn the first spell in this chapter.
Got it.
The fire-making spell. We'll first learn a bit about the spell, then you can try casting it. Remember, you need to use your wand to read. Point at the glowing words, hold the T button and pull the words up. From lighting a warm hearth to igniting a Christmas pudding, the fire-making spell is always useful around the wizarding household.
Video game is such a broad, term.
However, the ability to produce fire with the flick of a wand can be dangerous to your fellow students, and worse, your books.
Some sort of platformer,
a pair of
adventure,
dragonhide
or
gloves
traditional
is therefore recommended
game
for this
that
lesson.
Moments where it used this.
More careless students might also like to brush up on any hair regrowing spells that they might know.
Supposed to be burnt hand.
It looks like you
know
found
what I
a
mean?
collectible.
Instead
well
of the
done.
games being
It'll be
solely
stored in the
focused on this
collectibles
book,
chapter,
using it as
so
like an
remember to go and have a look at it
But then that goes
later.
back to the whole accessories required for video games anyway, where hey, they don't sell that well. The Kinect sold well in this era.
Time to
This
learn to
thing
cast the spell.
In my hands did not. That's why they reused them for the PS4 VR, because they had a bunch of them left over.
Right, we need to unlock the gate. Have you forgotten the gesture for the That's it. Now, just flick your wand sharply down towards the book to cast.
There was fire there, so I thought it was But I don't know, make a more traditional video game that used this.
Tilt up
as
your
part
book
of
and
the
show me what's down
experience.
that hole.
But it was more hey, you can just hold the regular roller and then
Come on.
trick again.
Incendio!
Okay, we did that trick
The
once.
incantation to produce fire from your wand is Incendio. Clear your mind, grip your wand firmly and say it now. 1, 2, 3.
Apple.
Good, nice and loud.
Well, I'm sure there'd be a kid that is hard of speech that this would have.
Now you're ready to learn the wand gesture for this
bop
spell.
those kids out
Pull
of
up the
playing
gesture
it, I guess, to
diagram
be
from the
fair.
page.
Kids of all kinds would have played this. Ones that can speak and ones that can't.
The fire-making spell uses 3 movements. A straight line to
Although
the
I would
right,
argue
then diagonally down and left, then right
argue
again.
those kids
Well
might
done.
not have the most
Now make
fun
the
with
gesture
game
once
that
more,
makes them
this time from
watch.
memory. Brilliant! You've created
Just do it.
fire, a valuable skill for any wizard. That's it. You'll need to learn to flick fire accurately, so keep flicking
Yeah,
until you've
trophy.
got the hang of it.
I like those.
Excellent. You're a dab hand at the fire-making spell. Let's give your skills a real workout. Turn the page. Now let's see you handle a more challenging task. Your spellbook is going to conjure up a place for you to practice fire-making safely. It's time to practice flicking fire from your wand. See how fast and accurate you can be with your spell casting.
That's it. The place is full of creatures. These paper pests can be a real nuisance, so make sure you get rid of them all with your fire-making spell. Use your fire-flicking technique to burn away all the paper creatures. I'll be giving out house points depending on how fast and accurate you are in this task. Ah, creepy crawlies. Get rid of them. Well done. Now, aim carefully and see how many you can get rid of. Excellent spell casting. Ah, butterflies. Remember, this is just bewitched paper. Don't let me catch you trying this spell on the real thing. Please try not to hit classroom furniture. It's expensive to replace. A fire-breathing paper dragon? Seems a bit impractical. You'll need to cast Incendio again for this exercise. Please respect the classroom furnishings.
This place isn't real. Or is the implication that this...
Spectacular! You earned 15 house points.
Is it making things out of the book in the real thing, or is it all a gesture of the book?
Let's see here.
I like those. Screen carrying.
Here's a wizarding photograph as a memento. There you are, casting the fire-making spell, like an old hand. Well done. Take 15 house points for that. What a display of wand work.
Platinumed it. Not nearly as long as I thought was dreading.
Impressive. Oh, the bird conjuring charm. This charm is one of my favorites. Pull up the glowing text to read what our esteemed author had to say about the bird conjuring charm.
Yep.
It's important to remember. The more accomplished you become,
Yep.
but you will be
Yep.
Ah, we've got an extra note with new information from Miranda.
Oh,
Pull it up to read it, or just turn the page if you want to get casting the spell.
Oh, sorry.
We'll need to go back and finish that later.
Yeah, we don't need to.
We'll learn the incantation first. Pull up the illustration on the page.
So first half of chapter 2.
Avis. To conjure birds from thin air, you must learn the correct incantation. Avis. Ready? Say the incantation. 1, 2, 3.
Pikachu.
Good. Nice and loud. Time to learn the wand gesture for this spell. Pull up the gesture diagram. The bird conjuring charm calls for 2 smooth bumps from left to right with your wand. Well done. Now make the gesture once more, this time from enter. That's it. Well done. Wonderful conjuring. Take a moment to admire your spell work. Of course, you can't control the birds, not with this alone, but if you wave your arms, you can play with them. Oh, they've spotted a bug. Conjured birds will chase off creepy crawlies. Remember that for this chapter's test. It might just come in handy. Now, if you stay very still, you'll find your new feathered friends are quite happy to come and sit on your book. Oh, what beautiful plumage. Excellent work. The birds will disappear in their own time, or you can press the circle button. Oh, it seems our magical vandal has left you another message. Aha! The Abugno Jinx!
It's such a simple, like...
The Apugno Jinx.
What it's rendering is not
Since
all
you
that
seem to have
complex.
discovered it, I suppose there's
But it
no
is
harm
funny
telling
that
you.
it's like, I don't
This
know, at
jinx
like 18
causes your
frames a
conjured
second.
birds to attack anything you flick your wand at. Come on, if you're going to try
Actually
out this
kind of
jinx,
incredible
cast
how
Avis to begin.
simple the scope is, yet how that is unruly. Because all of this processing power going straight to
I'm going to let you try the jinx this
like,
once. So
reading
try
the book
flicking your
in the
wand,
wand
at
with
that
the camera?
cat. Don't worry, your birds won't do him any
like
harm.
how much intensity does this system need to run to get this stuff to work, let alone be able to.
I'm going to let you try the jinx this once. So try flicking your wand. There you are. Your feathered friends have become a flock of fearful furies. Oh, you've certainly turned the tables on this cat.
Attacking this cat.
That's it.
This is mean.
Oh, honestly. Go on then, finish him off.
Maybe I missed
That's
the part
it,
where
he's
said
off.
This cat is evil.
Now, you won't be able to use a Pugno anywhere else. You might need to conjure birds in this chapter's test, but you won't need to control them. Well, you seem to have mastered all aspects of bird conjuring.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
you won't be able to
I like
use
how
a
it's
Pugno
like,
to control
you
the
might be
birds
using the spell
anywhere
gun,
but
the
here.
part where you flicked your wrist to have the birds kill something, that's not going to happen.
Ready for the next part? Point your wand at Chapter 2, Part 2, and press the move button. Chapter 2, Part 2.
Okay. Can't wait to sync this platinum.
The Revealing Charm. This
This is
useful
the
little
quickest
charm will
of the
allow you
4
to
Wonderbook
uncover
games for
messages
platinum as
hidden
far
by
as
other wizards,
brief
so
amount
pay
of research
attention.
I did looking
You should
at,
read about this chapter first, or you can just turn the page to start your first. The Revealing Charm. Oh, moving on.
Looking at
we
like
will need to
how
come
long
back to
to
that
beat,
later.
how long to platinum, that type of stuff. On trophy hunting websites.
You need
This
to
is the
learn the
shortest one.
magic
This one's
words
with
for the
4
spell.
hours.
Point at the
Might get
glowing
it
words
today,
with your wand,
but
then
looking
pull the
at
T button.
Others here. We got the next game would be 8 hours and 7 and 7, so probably not in one. Much as I would like to. Maybe that just means that they're less technical.
Apparesium. The incantation to magically reveal hidden writing or markings is Apparesium. Say the incantation aloud. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Charizard.
Excellent, well said.
When we first booted this game up and it showed the whole diagram for setting up everything, they showed what the PS3
Time
camera
to
looked
learn
like.
the wand gesture.
But you could always Google it yourself.
Pull up the
It's
gesture
got a
diagram.
big, thick bar that's supposed to all be microphone, and I'm wondering how much of that is actually like behind that plastic, shell, this porous plastic shell. How much of it is actually filled with
The wand
those-
gesture for the
type of
revealing
things that you
charm is
have in
a loop
microphone
and cross.
that, pick up
Loop your
stuff,
wand
whatever
from
it's-
right to left and back again. Well done. Now make the gesture once more, this time from memory.
I remember the
That's
PSP,
it. Well done.
microphone.
Now, whenever you see a
Very
little
weird
glint
little
like
thing.
that, it means there's something hidden by magic. Flick your wand towards the glint to try out the revealing charm. I had a feeling our esteemed author would have hidden a little something for you. Beware the Sphinx. It guards its secrets jealously.
shadow.
Sphinxes, eh? Perhaps Miranda is giving us a clue to this chapter's test.
Doesn't
Ready
like
to
the
move on?
parts of
You
my
found
fingers
everything. I
that
bet you'll
cover
need this
over the
spell to
book.
find hidden clues in the test, so keep an eye
Don't
out.
wanna overlay
Ready to move
shadow
on? Ah yes, the engorgement and shrinking charms. It's amazing how useful it can be to grow and shrink things with magic. Time to learn the incantations. But that picture's become all overgrown. See if you can use your wand to shift those pumpkins out of the way. The revealing charm, eh? You need your wand to read the book. Press circle to stop casting that.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to do things with the spell. My bad.
Engorgio. The incantation to make things grow is Engorgio. Say it now. 3, 2, 1.
Quagsire.
Excellent pronunciation.
I'm forgetting that the camera's there. Like, not looking there. Looking over here. There. Great.
Reducio.
Oh, big and small.
To magically shrink things, speak the incantation Reducio. Say it clearly now.
But I
1,
wonder if...
2, 3.
Pikachu again.
Excellent, well
Pokemon
said.
Immediately. I was talking about like how behind and slow the camera on the PS3 is, and you in real time. You move like the. But I wonder if that's the game actually having to run slow.
Here we go. The wand movements for these spells are the same, but upside down. We'll learn the engorgement charm first. Pull up the text with your wand to begin. To make things swell, draw an arrow shape pointing up. Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory?
Yeah.
That's it. That's one down. Right, now the shrinking charm.
I can already tell.
Making things shrink uses a wand gesture pointing down. Nice. Let's see that gesture again, but drawn from memory this time. That's it. Just like in Engorgio, you point at an object and hold the T button to make it shrink. First, try shrinking that pumpkin. Oh, that's tiny. Now let me see you using Engorgio to shrink it so small it disappeared. Try again and shrink it down to just the right size. Oh, the book's conjured up another pumpkin for you. First, try shrinking that pumpkin using the shrinking charm. Oh, that's tiny. Now let me see you using Engorgio to make it massive. Keep engorging it, and let's see how big it can go.
Look at all that screen tearing
Oh,
on that
heavens.
pumpkin.
Ah, yes. Well, that can happen. Anyway, you've proven your engorgement and shrinking skills are up to scratch.
Doesn't feel like it. What are these things?
Right, you'll need to engorge and shrink things to pass this chapter's final test. So let's practice. Pull up that illustration with your wand to start the exercise.
You'll now have a chance to practice the engorgement and shrinking charms on some creatures. Don't worry, it won't do them any harm.
They're not real.
With that said, it is not advisable to practice engorging or shrinking your own pets for homework practice.
Why would you want
At least
to do
not
that?
until you're certain that you can reverse the effects.
It's weird. The Harry Potter thing never really establishes basic morals like don't hurt people. Like it's fucked to do this to someone else.
Oh, someone's gone wild with engorgement and shrinking charms in here. You'll be using your 2 new spells to return things to their normal sizes. And it looks like this place has a gnome infestation. See that round rolled up thing? That is a gnarl, but it's too small to chase off the gnome. Try engorging it.
Like a person? Man, this is lame.
Well done. Gnarls might look like muggle hedgehogs, but they're fierce enough to fight off a gnome. Another gnarl and gnome, equally sized, so neither's giving an inch. Shrink the gnome to tip the scales.
Hey man, whatever.
That's it! That gnome's not happy, but the gnarls were here first. These huge gnomes are kicking the poor gnarls around. Shrink the gnomes and engorge the gnarls to turn the tables. Nicely done. There's nothing worse than a bully. Shrink the gnomes down to size and use Engorgio to give the gnarls a bit of a boost.
Oh, is that a... I did not see there's one right
Don't
here.
shrink the gnarl, engorge it.
Man, this is such a straightforward and, like, non-inventive video game. Like, you do not get to, like, mess around. This whole game's shtick. Whole
Well
game's shtick
done.
is like, look,
You've
you
mastered
have a
magical
toy in your
engorgement and
hand,
shrinking. Two
toy on the
helpful
table,
wizarding abilities.
interact with them in weird ways and how the television portrays that stuff. It is the whole gimmick how this game works. But they are like just holding it all back and be like, no, we want you to do this one thing here.
Time to find out
Like,
how
yes,
well you did.
The scenery, yes, I made that pumpkin bigger by
Well,
accident.
there you
But,
are,
like, build the
engorging and shrinking
the
like an old
environments
hand.
with things
Well
you can
done.
mess around with
Some
all the
lovely
spells you've
wand work
learned. I
there.
should be able
10
to
house points.
light something on fire and pick something up and make it more interactable in that sense, like on purpose.
Turn the page. You're
Test.
It's time for this chapter's test. Remember, you'll need all of the 4 spells that you've learned. Take a moment to make sure you remember them, then pull up the words on the page to begin the test.
Fire, bird.
In this chapter, we've learned to create fire, reveal invisible ink, conjure birds, and change the size of things. Now it's time to give your skills a real test, in a place where only Gringotts Cursebreakers have
Realize,
trod
you
before.
know why they,
You'll need
for the
each of your new
wand,
spells
why
to
they
pass.
don't let your
Good luck,
hand,
tread carefully, and
appear in
remember,
front of
it is
the ball
imprudent
because
to
you're
annoy a
normally holding
sphinx.
it like this. Therefore, they want the front of the wand.
Merlin's
above
beard.
your hand.
A sphinx. Remember what Miranda said. These cunning creatures delight in puzzles and mysteries. I bet this one's hidden a puzzle around here. Can you find it? Yes. Excellent. Good. Now just flick your wand sharply. Well revealed. Now, let's see what this cryptic cat has to say for itself. 3 trials you must pass to prove your worth. Well, that was cheery. Rare creatures, sphinxes, and terribly dangerous if you get the wrong answer. Ah, this must be the first of the trials. I wonder what's needed here. Well, you could start by finding a way to chase those creepy crawlies off this poor chap. Ah, yes. Abbas, good thinking. Those birds will chase off the bugs.
I don't think it works like that, if I'm being honest. Bugs like what's shown here, like, I feel like they do not acknowledge the environment.
Look at that.
alone
It
that
seems
bird
Feathers here
would
just
come
wanted a
and
few
find
friends. I think you've passed your first trial. Ah, this must be trial number 2.
Games for children.
It looks
Young
like a
children,
torch
if that.
bearer, except that
Right.
both his torches have gone out. I bet we can do something about that. What's the solution here? What spell could you use on a torch bearer?
Okay, so now that we've done that,
Good.
game meant for young children. Obviously, the game.
Come on,
is
get them
not
both
meant
lit.
to,
Well
be
done.
complicated.
3 trials,
Imagine
the
in
Sphinx
this
said.
Harry
What's
Potter
next,
world, this
I
was an
wonder?
actual textbook. Here's your test, and like it's assuming that you're an idiot. You know what I mean?
Nearly there. Trial number 3 looks straightforward. My guess is you need to make things a bit more balanced. Well remembered.
That's done it. Wait, it's still growing. Looks like this trial was a trap.
I like that.
Looks like that monster got away, for now. Just brush that sand away. Let's see if he's burrowed into your book. Steady now. My word, a sandstorm. Quick, hold your breath.
I have to take like a
Where
10-minute
on
break after
earth
this
have we
test is
ended
over.
up? I can just see some torches. Light them so we can see where we are. Excellent. That's the first. Now, Merlin's beard, an ancient Egyptian tomb. What's that noise? More scorpions. Find a way to get rid of them before they get too close. Oh, watch out. Enough of those things will certainly knock you out. Careful. Those stings are more than enough to knock you out.
Okay.
Excellent. It's so small, it fell straight through the grill. Do that again. Excellent shrinking. Let gravity do the rest. That's the last of them. I think you're in the... Wait. What's that noise? Leaping leprechauns. That monster's back. It's too heavy. Watch out! Watch out!
Got a zip line.
Merlin's beard, where are we now? Heavens! Here's that monster-sized scorpion again. You better cut this overgrown arthropod down to size, quick. You better cut this overgrown... That'll do. It won't get any smaller. Oh, that wasn't it. Press triangle if you need a clue. Yes! Well, that's one way to snuff out a paper scorpion. Don't worry, it was only something conjured by your book, after all. There's the Sphinx again. We must be in his inner sanctum. Well, let's see. You must solve 3 final riddles to prove your worth. Show me your wits are as sharp as your wand work, and you will receive your reward. You have proven that your magic is powerful, but a wizard or witch must master more than jinxes and charms. Leaping leprechauns! The place is filling with sand! You'd better answer these puzzles and fast. You've got the right spell already. No need to press the move button. If you let this spell burn, it will make a pyre of pyramid. Superb! That's one puzzle passed. What's next? Hurry up, that sand will bury us soon. Looks like part of the pyramid is too large. What spell can fix that? Where does this one say? Which spell can make things smaller when they're blown out of shape? But it can't shrink wizards' heads, so don't think yourself too great. Ah, you've reached the final puzzle. But where is it? That slippery sphinx must have hidden it again. Use Aparecium to reveal it. I think it means what you used more in the test, your head or your heart. Point your wand, then pull the T button. Brilliant, spectacular. You used your head, of course. Are you ready to claim your prize?
You had to load back in.
Whew, back again. Now, let's have a
was a
peek
gold
at this
trophy.
chapter's conundrum.
Right. Poem or whatever.
His letter came from Hogwarts, and oh, Douglas was so pleased. He would have read the whole thing, but a boil needed squeezed. He would have packed his trunk himself, but thought he'd seen a fly doing loops and backward flip-flops. It wasn't. Nice try. He liked the thought of lessons, yes, but
Very
Douglas
strange.
didn't see why you had to pay attention and not try to jinx your knee. And tentacles were funny in a tickly kind of way. So why the teacher roared at him, he really couldn't say. It was, "Pay attention, Douglas," every single place he went. But Douglas didn't want to, and so letters home were sent. And his father wrote him strictly saying, "Douglas, now be warned. You must finish things you..." Douglas put the letter down and yawned. Douglas liked to be distracted because he found it much more fun. His homework was abandoned and his spells and charms half done. He never really noticed just how far he'd slipped behind. But
base
then
understandings on
dared
human
Douglas
behavior
to perform a jinx, not
as
mine.
assumed by
It went
J.K. Rowling.
so badly wrong that it is nicer not to dwell on Dougie's second nose or
It's
on
like,
the mess or on the
Greek
smell.
tragedies were all
And
about
nobody
how
could
someone
ever
does
say
something
how Douglas came to be
and, they screw
entrapped
everything
inside that
up and blah, blah,
drain
blah, blah,
pipe
blah.
with a teacup for a knee.
But, this isn't inspiring,
What was it that he didn't
awe
want to do,
in a
the
young
silly
child.
lad? Answer me
Or
and
just
do it, and you'll
oh.
make your teachers glad.
Can we skip this part and move on to the fun magic creatures and the magic, wands and all that stuff? Here's a story of a kid who sucked. Okay. But what thing should he have done? Paid attention? Yeah, I don't know.
Here's your certificate recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look. You've got a real knack for this chapter's spells. Take 10 house points.
Did I not get 15 because the scorpion stung me?
You've done it. You've finished the chapter. Close the book and choose another chapter.
That's strange. Alright,
To pick
we're
the
gonna take a
next
break.
chapter or section, just point at the front cover and pull the T button.
Why? I'm gonna take a break. Be back in 10 minutes or so. To continue this, there is, I believe, 3 chapters left. So we're gonna knock all this out. I'll be back. Give me 10. right, we are back into everything. We got everything here. I went to go use my mouse on the game. Forgot. We did chapters 1 and 2 so far, so now we're gonna move on to chapter 3.
Which chapter are you going to take on next? When you've finished chapters 1 to 4, you'll unlock chapter 5. Chapter 3, part 1.
Oh. You have to open up the book.
Chapter 3 stands before you. Excited? You should be. I know I am. Point your wand at the introductory text and pull it up to see what the book has in store. The gouging spell. To learn about the gouging spell, pull up the glowing words, or turn the page if you want to. Oh, this won't do. Clear away that dirt so we can get on with learning the spell. Good stuff. Now, let's see. Time to learn the spell incantation. Pull up the glowing text to start.
I like that we're wiping away the dirt because it's such a low frame rate, smeary kind of
Diff audio
thing. You saw in the dirt finger grooves, even
Cast
though I
the gouging
wiped
spell
clearly,
with
but
the
it saw, the
incantation
tip of my middle
Diff
finger
audio.
there.
Say it aloud in 3, 2, 1.
So it cut them out like
Good.
I'm talking. Fodio.
Right, the gestures next. Pull it up from the page.
Much faster this
To cast the gouging spell, move your wand straight down, then left, then down again. Great. Once more, this time draw the shape from memory. Great. When you see something you can dig up, point with your wand, then hold the T button. Right, let's move on, and go back later if you like. Ah, gouging charm. Well remembered. Uh-huh. A specimen of fanged geranium. Point your wand, then pull the T button to try digging it out. Excellent. You can use Defodio to dig up dirt and soil, so keep an eye out for where things could be buried. Ah, collectible. I think you've got the hang of gouging.
How does that make sense compared to the one that picks things up?
Now you've mastered the gouging spell's basics, let's put... To put your gouging spell through its paces, pull up the practice text.
Look at how my hand and the microphone apparatus and the wand and all that interact. It is definitely looking for hands and human flesh and skin. Have that goes over the wand, but it does not care about other things.
Pull up the practice text. Practice is everything with the gouging spell. Your spellbook will now conjure an environment for you to practice digging without doing any permanent damage.
Yeah, I feel like the Harry Potter stuff would be more interesting.
You need to cast Defodio. The gesture is like steps, remember? Go down, left,
and,
down.
Then our potential characters' story.
Nifflers. Innocent creatures, but they do love to borrow shiny things that aren't theirs. If you had any coins in your pockets, I'd make sure they're still there if I were you. Oh, there's a Niffler. The little thief, it's grabbing one of the galleons. Keep an eye out now. Now, Nifflers love to collect shiny things and bury them. You're going to need your gouging spell to dig those galleons back up. Well done. You'll need to keep digging up the galleons. Don't let the Niffler steal them all, or we'll have to start all over again. Oh, another galleon gone. Watch where it buries this one. Whoa, you'll be rich at this rate.
And there's sparkle spots there
Great
too.
stuff. Another galleon rescued. Oh, another niffler. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled now. Oh, nicely done. Right, watch this one.
Okay, they still come out one at a time.
Oh, it's got a galleon. Oh, another galleon gone. Good. Watch where it buries this one.
I mean, what's the gold doing for us? It's just sitting there in the corner.
Whoa, you'll be rich at this rate. Right, watch this one. Great stuff. Another galleon rescued. Oh, another galleon gone. Keep an eye on this one. Good.
Okay.
Oh, well spotted.
Man, I'm
There he
really
goes
good.
with a galleon.
I'm really glad
Good.
they make purple sparkly spots.
Whoa, you'll be rich at this rate.
Alright, I feel like we get the middle.
Great stuff. Another galleon rescued. Marvellous.
That it? Did I insult the
Let's
book?
see here. Let's find out how you did. Time to find out how well you did. Not a single superfluous hole. Take 15 house points.
Definitely made super. Right. Flip in the page.
Well done. The mending charm. To learn about the mending charm, pull up the text with your wand, or just let's learn the gesture and incantation to mend by magic. First, we'll learn the incantation for this spell. Pull the words up from the page.
Why though? Make it a part of the cast.
Reparo.
Airing.
The incantation for the mending charm is Reparo. Now you try the incantation, nice and clearly. 3, 2, 1, go!
Lugia.
Excellent pronunciation.
It's funny they have to darken.
Time
their
to
camera
learn the
feed and
wand
all that
gesture.
so that they can have the sparkly
Pull up the
light
gesture
up letters
diagram.
be legible.
To cast Reparo, move your wand in a square, beginning from the bottom left. Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory? That's it. Now, with this spell, you just flick your wand at broken objects.
Need for spello tape.
It doesn't look like this clock needs mending. Perhaps I spoke too soon. Flick your wand to cast your new mending charm on the broken clock.
What if you're missing?
Magnificently mended. Look at that. Oh, look, there's more to read about this spell. If you're as curious about it as I am, pull up the note with your wand. Or you can just turn the page.
Like, I think this aspect is.
To pick the
I
next
think
chapter
this is-
or section, just point at the
I'm
front
always a
cover
sucker
and pull
for-
the T
for
button.
gimmicks like this. But I feel like if this had been a year later, 2012, half the games came out in 2013. Well, maybe just the last one did. But like, put it on the PlayStation 4, have it be a big thing. Like, look, you probably already have one of these PlayStation Move wands, right? Because you're a big Sony fan, you gotta sell the rest of these that we have in stock. You know, like, here's a book accessory, and we want you to buy.
If you're ready to move
the
on,
PS4
point your wand
camera
down at the book, then press the T
and all
button
that
to pick
stuff.
the
Like,
next chapter.
I just like thinking about like what the games for this are, mainly just basing off of this, seeing how poorly this system is handling.
You're doing well.
What should
Select
be a very
part 2
simple
to move
idea.
on.
You know what I mean?
Chapter 3, Part 2.
Faster, more powerful hardware would have done this better. Better camera to track the lights better, faster. you know.
When you're ready,
And then
pull up
honestly,
the
like,
glowing text to learn more about this spell.
I don't know, a VR game that used this book would have been interesting.
There's still more to learn about this spell. Keep your eyes open. There might be a story or extra note from the author. When you're ready, pull up the glowing text to learn more about this spell.
Weird how some of these you can skip, and then some of them you can't.
From pumpkin juice stains to... a good scouring charm will vanish them all. Now, to ensure that you...
PS3 has gone into overdrive again.
Controlled mess, eh? I've yet to see one of those. The Bat Bogey Hex? Well, we'd better see why Miranda included this noisome little hex. The Bat Bogey Hex? Well, we'd better see why Miranda included this noisome little hex. Keep your head still for a minute to see this spell. I have a feeling I know what's coming. Oh, there we go. The Bat Bogey Hex. Yuck. What a mess. Ugh. Have you got a hanky? Who'd have thought Miranda Goshawk had such a nose for creative hexes? Let's see what Miranda had to say about this spell. Oh. I must confess to a particular fondness for this spell, as it is my own creation. Controversial though it may be to include jinxes in a school textbook, I maintain that attacking spells of a mild nature, such as this, remove the temptation for young students to seek out and practice much more dangerous curses to settle schoolyard fights. As I explain in my foreword to this book, I grew up in a very large family. And as the youngest member, it was sometimes difficult to put my point across effectively. However, when a person's bogies turn into black bats which crawl out of their nostrils and flap away, you can generally count on them shutting up long enough to let you talk for a change. I credit my mastery of this hex for persuading my sister Diadema to give back the clothes she had borrowed from me, for reminding my sister Romilda to keep out of my room when I wanted peace, and for helping my sister Tanguistel to be quiet when I was trying to do my homework. Well, Miranda was full of surprises. It's safe to say we're in need of a good cleaning
but at least
spell.
would have ran back.
Turn the page to learn how to cast the scouring charm. We need to learn the incantation. Pull it up from the page. Scourgify! To vanish unsightly messes with the wave of a wand, use the incantation Scourgify! Now you try the incantation, nice and clearly. 3, 2, 1, go!
Why?
Excellent pronunciation.
How you hold one.
You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the picture on the page. The wand movement for Scourgify is a smooth, sinuous motion, like a letter S. Good. Do that once more, but this time without any help. Excellently done. This is another flicking spell. To clean an area, just flick your wand at it. Well done.
I mean...
Oh, goodness. There's more to read about this.
The shield charm. I wonder what Miranda has up her sleeve for this, perhaps the most important of dueling spells. As ever, to read about the spell, just pull up the words, or turn the page to learn to cast it. Now let's find out how to cast the shield charm.
Okay, there's...
The incantation for the shield charm is Protego. Learn to say it quickly and clearly.
Say the incantation for this spell in 3. We'll need to go back and finish that later.
Wanted to see if the hole would be there if I turned the page.
The incantation for the shield charm is Protego. Learn to say it quickly and clearly. Say it aloud in 3, 2, 1.
You know, Protego.
Excellent, well said.
Personally, that from pasta.
You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the picture on the page.
Straight line.
The wand movement to cast the shield charm is a short upwards move. Excellent. Now, to create a shield, flick your wand in the direction you need to block something.
Right.
You can create a shield by flicking your wand left, right, or straight ahead. First, flick your wand and create a shield on the right. Now let's see you create a shield on the left. There it is. Finally, cast a shield in the center. Right. I think you're ready to pit your shield charm. Gather your nerve and pull up the practice text when you're ready.
Yeah, I like gimmicks. I like video game hardware gimmicks. I enjoy
Sharp
them.
reactions and quick
don't
spell
necessarily
casting
need an
are
entire
key to
console based
protecting
around
yourself
this,
with the shield charm.
or even this, but like
Your spellbook will now create a special space
I
for
just
you
think
to
it's neat.
practice hex
You know what I
deflection.
mean? And collecting a lot of that stuff.
The opponents you face will not be
Got
using
a
the
lot
most
of PS3
potent
stuff
curses,
I want to do for this
but
summer,
nor will they be
and
going
in
easy
other
on you.
situations
Good
as
luck.
well. But then like there's PS4 stuff. They made games
Miranda
that are
clearly
branded
had
to
a
use your
healthy
smartphone.
respect
Though
for
I need to
dueling
hold up
skills.
my phone in order to illustrate what a smartphone is, but you know, like there's a lot of weird, dumb gimmicks that don't last
Wand
that
at the
long
ready
to
now.
go away.
Your shield
I mean, I
charm
would
is more
technically
than a match
consider
for most
the-
hexes and curses.
Oh.
Flick it towards the incoming hexes.
The Xbox One Connect as a gimmick.
Stunning spell. Powerful, but it'll pass. They're using stunning spells. Well blocked.
I would not consider
Bravo.
the Xbox One Connect as a
Good stuff.
gimmick because it didn't last that long, and I think they stripped out functionality for it. I think wouldn't you need to have like an unpatched Xbox One, but you need to you couldn't take
Be
one off
prepared.
of the shelf that had not been
Good
set up
stuff.
initially because it needs
Nice block.
the internet in order to do setup.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Excellently done.
Point being is that like can you
Nice
actually
block.
run 2013 era 2014 era Xbox One games now? Like, I know they
Be prepared.
I know they
Nice block.
updated the Xbox 360 to fix some
Good
stuff.
stuff.
What the hell? They legitimately fixed stuff, but then they also threw giant Xbox Series X and S ads on the
Excellently
dashboard.
done.
That sucks. Yeah, it was kind of
Good
similar
stuff.
how PlayStation 3's store
Bravo.
has a giant PS4 ad in it, which not accurate anymore. Well, it's accurate in that like it's still a thing, I believe, at that price, but I don't think that they're selling them really. They make
Bravo.
actual PS4s.
Nice one.
Of course, they were using some advanced spells. You'll learn those later.
Yeah. Get protected. Where's the condoms?
Here we are. Let's see how you did.
I want to see how.
Oh, you're a natural with that shield charm. 15 house points.
Okay, I mean, I got hit like 4 or 5 times. Sure. So is that like the kind of replay value thing of like, oh, can you do the
added a
minigame
crucial
again
spell to your defensive
and
armory.
get, you know, all 15 house points?
The chapter test. Are you ready? Of course you are, but be careful. Pull up the text on the page to begin.
Straight up was repair was the box. The dig was the Tetris piece. S was things.
In this chapter, you have learned spells to gouge rock and repair broken objects.
To clean magical messes and to protect yourself with shields.
What a thematically consistent chapter.
In this chapter's test, you will need all these skills, as well as a rare quality that only a very few great witches and wizards possess. To find out what this quality is, you'll have to win this chapter's conundrum.
The camera, pull it in.
Oh, a Mimbulus Mimbletonia, unless I'm very much mistaken. Give it a poke with your wand, or your hand if you're feeling brave. Watch out, though. Ugh, stink sap. Ugh, quite a stinky, sticky defense, eh? Find a way to clear away all that stink sap, will you? That's it. Just flick your wand. That's it. Clean as a whistle. Where's the book taking us now? Fanged geraniums. They can dish out a nasty nip, let me tell you. A gnome? What's he up to?
Only got 15.
He's vandalizing the plant pots. Not yet. This place won't stay clean until you get those plants back in their pots. Nice idea, but we need to fix those pots so the geraniums can live in them again. Try another spell. That's the way. Now flick towards the plant pots, but watch out. You won't be able to mend. That's the way.
Flick.
One pot, another pot put right. Last pot fixed. Bravo.
Hold the button.
There's still a lot of dirt
Those
around.
are the only two kind of spells, really. It's the flick, and then there is the aim.
Let's give this place a good clean. What spell do you know that does? Nothing like a well-timed scouring charm to clean up a mess? So that's scouring and mending charms. What else is this test going to send our way? What's that? More chaos for us to clear up. Another Mimbulus Mimbletonia. I was right. Our little pest's back. Oh, that little vandal. His sense of humour stinks. He'll be back. Gnomes love making a mess. You'll need to block him from getting at the plant. Try one of your spells. The gouging spell won't stop him. Try something else. That's it. Now flick your wand at the plant to protect it.
Forgot what these 4 random spells were supposed to be.
He's back. Right, flick it now. Oh, he didn't look happy about that.
This entire thing I've been trying to think
There
of
he
like
is.
what this feels like
Right,
to me.
flick it now.
Like these segments, they feel
Nicely
like
done.
the kinds of games or interactive video screen type of stuff you would see at an amusement park. I guess in this case it would be
He's
Orlando
back.
Studios, Orlando,
Now, flick it quickly.
Universal Orlando, but like Hollywood.
Oh, he didn't look happy about that.
The Disney ones, whatever they were called, Disney World. Right? This feels like that, like the very low frame rate, the very
There he is.
simple nature of it all,
Right, flick it now.
the kind of
He's running. Flick your shield charm
not-
between him and the plant.
very simple nature of how the whole thing operates and animates and all that
He's
stuff.
back.
It just reminds me.
Now,
of that.
flick it quickly. Oh, excellent bit of blocking. He'll be back though. Shield charm at the ready.
But like as an experienced you went to the
There he
theme
is.
park and
Right, flick it now. He's
huh.
running. Oh, he didn't look happy about that.
like, your standards are so much lower that the fact that it does it, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, cool, like that's me, like hi, you know, like.
He's back.
And they take your photo and
Now,
then they
flick it quickly.
try to sell it to you.
Great stuff.
We're gonna do this more, huh?
He's back. Now, flick it quickly. Oh, he didn't look happy about that. He's finally had enough.
How do you
Right,
know?
let's get this place cleaned up. Good. Now just flick your wand to clean up all this stink sap. Oh, that's better. What would we do without Scourgify? What's next?
That whole
There's
zoom.
that gnome again.
See his ass?
A venomous tentacula. This test has taken a turn for the serious. Oh, what a playful plant. Oh, bless my socks. He won't be terrorizing any greenhouses for a while. The tentacula's got you in its sights now. You'll need to use your shield charm to block its attacks
we
while you
don't
find a
care
way to
the
dig
fact
it up
that
out of the
he
ground.
Will.
There. Ooh, lovely block.
Alright.
It's attacking. Well shielded. Ooh, fine. Ooh, it got you. Remember, flick your wand to create a shield between you and the
Looking
vine.
hard enough, I suppose.
Oh, good shielding there. Cast Efordio to dig up the roots. It's down, then left, then down.
My god.
Point your wand at those roots and that's it. Now hold it. Good. Now hold it. That's it. Dig up those roots when you get the chance. Shield charm at the ready.
Back to
Shield charm at the ready.
this.
Yes, quick thinking.
Alright, I mean, I guess this is video game. Okay, this is a boss fight.
Shield charm at the ready.
Utilize, you know, the tools. The
Excellent.
You speak. Now you need the thing.
It's attacking. Ooh, lovely block. Point your wand at those roots and hold the T button. Good. Now hold it. That's it. You're getting there. It's back to normal. Watch yourself. Shield charm at the ready. Good thinking. Now get blocking. Excellent.
I have to
Shield
remember,
charm
I
at the
think
ready.
it's as much of
Oh, good shielding there.
the orientation of the thing is just where the light is,
Shield charm at the
where
ready.
the tip is, and how that moves.
Oh, nicely done. Point your wand at those roots and hold the T button to... That's it, now hold it.
Well, this place could do with being repaired. How about you do the honors?
Try the mending charm. Its wand gesture is a... What a spectacular bit of mending. Great job.
Scene transition. If there are leaves on the screen so that we don't have to show you what's happening.
All done. Now you've passed the chapter test, you'll be awarded its conundrum. Let's take a look at it.
Oh, Angus McMangus, you should have been great. With talents aplenty, success on a plate. We all thought you'd garner great grades quite securely. But Angus McMangus, your spells turned out poorly. I first heard you roar on the day we did charms. Your shouting put everyone into alarms. I can't! It's a joke! This whole class is a flop! Your fist crashing down made experiments stop. Again and again, with just 10 minutes gone, of each class you would blow up. No, everything's wrong. I can't be expected to work in this way. And you'd throw half-made jiggers and potions away. Calmly, said teachers, and just
like I said, I don't know if that'll be the case
but Angus
for the
McMangus
next
thinks
Wonderbook
waiting's
games.
a crime. If he can't
And that's
do
not
it
like the
straight
goal
away or
in
double
the summer
quick,
PS3
he'll
stuff.
snatch up his
It is
wand
also
and
a
one
sub
broken
goal,
stick.
or not a sub
It ought to be
goal,
done
as in
now.
description
I've
goal.
tried once already. In
Nested
vain
goal,
did your
if you
teachers
will,
cry.
in this whole
Steady.
thing of being like,
Now,
what games
steady.
would I want to go and play?
So, Angus McMangus, it's you I must blame.
Way of
It's
taking a
all
look at
your own
everything.
fault that you didn't win fame. Now answer me, students. What did Angus lack? What didn't he do which will keep you on track?
Paying attention, I'm glad this isn't. Wait. Oh. I'm gonna close the book, but I'm feeling that we need to see
Here's your
this
certificate
first.
recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look. Perhaps a bit more practice with your spells, but well done all the same. 5 house points.
Okay. Ordinary.
That's all done. Let's move on.
Great.
Chapter 4, Part 1.
I always forget to open the book.
Chapter 4 beckons. Are you ready? This is the first page of the chapter. Pull up the text to read about what this chapter holds.
Oh, sorry, I pressed the...
In this chapter, we will learn spells. Keep your wand. You'll have to be. Well done, you're building a collection of souvenirs. You've come a long way. Now's your chance to prove all your magical skill. Turn the summoning charm. An indispensable spell for any witch or wizard. We can learn about the charm here, or turn the page to learn to cast it. Right, time to learn how to cast the summoning charm. You'd better move those books with your wand.
Look, I'm holding all the words, and I flick the the world, and then I don't even read.
Axio.
Good thing there's a narrator.
To summon an object,
Tell me.
picture the object clearly in your mind and say Axio. Now you try the incantation nice and clearly. 3, 2, 1, go.
Barbecue.
Good. Let's now take a look at the spell's gesture. Time to learn the wand gesture. Pull up the gesture diagram. To summon an object, make a bump from right to left with your wand. All right. Now you need to draw the gesture again, this time from memory. That's it. With this spell, you point your wand at the item you wish to summon. Then press the T button. Good job. Now let's put this spell into practice. Turn the page.
See?
Time to hone those summoning skills. Pull up the practice picture to get started. It's time. Ah, this classroom is in a state. Ah, right, we've got a chessboard, but no pieces. Looks like you'll need to summon the chess pieces dotted around the classroom. Excellent. Oh, the king.
This is like the levitate spell, but it brings it to you.
Well done. 1 down, 2 pieces still to find. Ah, the rook.
Again, this would kill at like a theme park, right? The whole like, look, we're in the thing, you know. And it would be this low resolution.
Nice summoning. You're getting there. 1 piece left.
And just this ease of like, where's the thing? How about the sparkly shit?
Ah, the knight. Well done. Marvelous.
Definitely picks a page to have be the plane that the action takes place in.
Our esteemed author has left us further information on this spell.
Oh, thank you.
The Severing Charm. You have to know what you're doing with this spell. Ready? It's up to you. Pull up a pile of leaves. What a mess. Just brush them away with your hands.
Yeah, the hand tracking makes sense then, because they're using it for that as well. Like, would there be
Defindo.
any connections to spell games that could have hand
The
tracking?
incantation for the Severing Charm is Defindo. Use it with care. Now you try the incantation. Nice and clearly. 3, 2, 1. Go. Good. Now let's move on to mastering the spell gesture. You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the picture on the page. The Severing Charm requires a jagged cutting motion with the wand. Go up, then slash down and right, then up again. That's it. With this spell, you can flick your wand to cut things. Oh, an Abyssinian shrivel fig. Perfect for potioneers. Cut off some of those shoots, would you? Flick your wand
Does
to
it
use
actually,
Defindo.
like, where
And
the
that was the
tip
last
is,
one.
like, it's cut?
Excellent.
That's cool. That's more in line with what I was hoping, as opposed to
Well
like,
done. You're
just
building
keep
an impressive
flicking
collection
your
of
wrist
souvenirs.
at the-
Another student scribble. Go on, let's see what it says. Hello there. A gnome.
Right, let's find out what our mystery scribbler's given you. Flick your wand at the gnome. The disillusionment charm. Interesting stuff. You've disillusioned him. What if he wanders off while he's invisible? Heaven knows what he'll get up to. Ah, we can track him from his dirty feet.
Nice to see him. Watch him.
Ah, our gnome's returning to normal. Didn't like the thought of an invisible gnome hanging about the place. Finished here. Very well. Remember, you can pull up the scribble again if you like.
I'll say.
Right, that's Chapter 4, Part 1, done and dusted. You're halfway through Chapter 4. Ready for Part 2?
No, what?
Chapter 4, Part 2.
Yeah, I was fast that time. Wasn't going to be super slow.
The impediment jinx. This jinx is bound to come in handy. Point your wand, then pull the T button to pull up the glowing word. Time to cast the impediment jinx. Incantation first. Looks like the incantation is a bit tied up. You don't need the severing charm, just use your wand to get this enchanted illustration moving. Impedimenta. The incantation to freeze your enemies is Impedimenta. Got that? Now you speak the incantation for this spell. 3, 2, 1, go.
Dementia.
Excellent pronunciation.
I try. Not a lot of people, but I actually try.
That's the incantation done. Gesture next.
Even right at the top.
To freeze your enemies, perform a straight slash to the left. Handy in the heat of battle. What? No, you'll get it. No, I don't think so. Once again. Well done. Now make the gesture once more, this time from memory. Great. You can flick this dueling spell towards your foes. Another gnome. Quite the attention seeker. See if you can catch him with the jinx when he's in a funny pose. Almost. Try to use the jinx when he's actually doing something. He's happy about something, that's for sure. Good, but try capturing a pose we've not seen yet. Nice, but try to catch him doing something new. I like it, but let's find a fresh pose.
Wait.
Once again, catch him in a different pose. Hear no evil, see no evil, eh? Splendid, but let's see you freeze him in a new pose. He'd make a rather fine garden feature like that. Well done. I think you wore him out. He's off for a snooze, no doubt. Well, you made quick. The Hardening Charm. Advanced stuff, this. Ready? Pull up the text to read about the spell. Or turn the page to learn how to cast it. We'll learn the incantation first. Pull up the illustration on the page. Duro! Cast the Hardening Charm with the incantation Duro. Now you try the incantation. Nice and clearly. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Metapod.
Time for the gesture.
Metapod. Harden. was his thing.
You're ready to cast the spell. Pull up the gesture diagram.
Also, just the motor.
To cast
is
Duro,
very funny.
first start at the bottom and go straight up, then curve round and down. All right. Now you need to draw the gesture again.
Why does it have
this
to be
time
that
from
loud?
memory. That didn't look quite right. Good. Once you've cast the charm, you then flick your wand towards anything you want to harden. Aha! Try your new hardening charm on those paper planes. Get as many as you can. Another one down. Down she goes. Superb! Excellent. Down she goes. Excellent. Down she goes. Nicely done. Superb. Excellent. Another one down. Keep trying. Nicely done. Superb. Another one down. Superb. Oh, lovely. Shame. Oh, lovely. Shame. Nicely done. Shame. Splendid shot. Excellent. Oh, lovely. Superb. Down she goes. Another one down. Nicely done. Oh, bad luck. Time's up. You seem to have mastered the basics. Turn the page to put your new hardening skills to the test. That
Like looking
bewitched
ahead, like, how many
picture on
pages
the
over?
page holds a practice exercise. Point with your wand, then press the T button to pull it up. Ready to go? Pull up the Niffler picture to start. Here you'll be practicing your new hardening charm. We're back in the herbology greenhouses. Oh dear,
we made a couple of
that
players.
means there's nifflers about. You should cast the hardening charm. Its gesture is like a capital D. There's one now. Now watch him carefully. The minute he starts to dig, harden the spot with your new spell. Look at that, not a care in his tiny brain. He just wants to make a mess.
Yep, that's how creepy.
Two nifflers. Watch them carefully now. They're digging. Stop them with your hardening charm.
What if you hit the creature? They turn to stone?
I knew they'd be back. Wand at the ready. Nicely done. That stopped him. That stopped him. Ooh, not quite. Try again. More nippers. That stopped him. I knew they'd be back. Wand at the ready. They're digging. Stop them with your hardening charm. Now the other one. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now the other one. That stopped him.
But, like, who cares? They're digging in dirt. There's nothing here.
Excellent.
Like, they're just gonna dig, like you said. Who cares? He is done, right?
Here are some more nifflers.
Okay, so, like, here's the thing, too. We're like,
Great.
okay, this...
Good work.
We made these mini-games, and there's not really much to
Nicely
this
done.
game. There's a video game as a whole. The tech demo. The big-ass tech demo. So, they're having to balance, like, how long do these mini-games last, because if they're too short,
Ooh,
you might
watch it.
find kids,
More
I guess,
unwelcome visitors.
disappointed. That,
Now the other one. Now the other one.
Oh, it's over too soon, and you barely get to do anything.
Now the other one. Great.
But the idea...
Now the other one.
I guess I can see.
Oh, heavens, there's a huge hole in the lawn.
Errors.
That stopped him.
There's that balance, but then, like, you have them too long, and it's like, we've already done this.
Nicely done.
Like, I get the experience. This is boring whack-a-mole. Right?
Those nifflers didn't do too much damage. 10 house points.
God, that's not a trophy button. I looked, and it's
Time to
do
find
all the
out how well
spells.
you did.
do the tests. Fight the screen.
You've definitely got the hang of this spell. Take 10 house points.
Okay, test for 4.
Looks like this test takes place in a forest. Doesn't seem so scary. You'll be able to handle this. There won't be anything here that you can't handle. Pull up that glowing picture to begin.
This summoning spell was severing. Find out.
Impressive. You've made... In this test, succeed. Hope you like the great outdoors. I've always preferred the great indoors myself.
Glitter
Right,
just, like,
here we go.
froze things in place, right?
Branches blocking your path, eh? This'll be no match for your wand work. Cut this stuff out of your way. Oh, that wasn't it. Press triangle if you need a clue. Well remembered. Great. That's one gone. Nicely done. Clear us a path. Ooh. Oh, keep severing.
Also, like, why we gotta cut down all these?
Oh, we can see again. Good work.
That's one of my
Well,
things.
now the book's
I don't know why
covered
we
in
need to cut down
leaves.
trees all the
Let's
time.
see what's under there. Roll up your robe sleeves and get stuck in.
Also, one thing about this setup I neglected to mention, not that I think it matters, is the PlayStation 3 camera is running through a USB extender.
Aha, a nest. It looks
USB
empty though.
2.0 extender, and doesn't seem to have...
A dragon!
Didn't
Oh,
yell at me
dear.
about it or anything
That
like that.
means this nest might be missing a dragon egg. Let's hope the mother doesn't think we've pinched it. Pixies! What are they up to?
They don't have wings. How are they...
They're pulling the nest apart. Little hooligans. At least they've left a few pieces of the nest behind. That's something. Our egg. It's fallen out of its nest and into that mud. We can't rescue it until we've rebuilt that nest. First, we'll need to stop the egg sinking. Use one of your spells to make that mud harder. Yes, well done. Very good.
I feel like
the start of a new
like it's
home
that,
for the egg. Oh,
theme park
lovely.
mentality.
Slowly but surely. Yes, well done.
Gotta get the nest together first before you put the egg.
Another piece. Good. Watch it, the nest's not complete yet. You need to finish it off. We could use Juro on the mud. The gesture's like a letter D. Right, let's rebuild the nest. Gather up all those twigs and branches. I think you'll need to hit the branches more than once to get enough twigs together. All right, that's it. I don't think we need to cut any more. Oh, lovely. Well done.
Chunks.
That's it.
Yeah, the bird that was making a nest in my air conditioning stopped.
Well done.
Okay.
Your hardening charm's about to wear off. Cast it again.
Or is she?
That's right.
Did the males and female birds both just work on nests?
Bravo! The nest is built. Our little egg has a new home. The new nest is finished. Time to retrieve our egg. Oh, the pixies are back. They're just messing about, but if that dragon returns and finds the egg gone, it won't be happy. The egg's sinking again. Use Juro, quick. Ugh, you can't summon it while there are pixies still loose. Use a spell to stop them interfering. Good. That'll stop the egg sinking for now. Be ready to use the hardening charm again. Ugh, you You can't summon it while there are pixies still loose. Use a spell to stop them interfering. Oh, that wasn't it. Press triangle if you need a clue. That's the spell, all right. Now just flick your wand. Yes, one pixie down. Hurry, get the others. Judicious jinxing if I do say so. Good. Quickly now, summon the egg. That's right.
Just like there's a lot of narration for everything.
A job well done.
Exactly what you
Look at that. Home at last. And here's Mom.
Okay,
a
so the
Welsh
dragons
green,
were like,
if
why
I'm
the
not
fuck
very
are you in
much
front of my
mistaken.
egg?
Well, as you'll know from Care of Magical Creatures class, dragon eggs need extreme heat to hatch.
With full scales.
Here
and
we
everything.
go. The little fellow's ready to face the world, thanks to your
I think that actually is how
spell-casting
it works
efforts.
Bless
It
you.
doesn't look like a
Let's make sure we don't bring this one back to the library.
freshly hatched bird. Dragon.
You've done a great thing. You saved a baby dragon. Well done. You passed the chapter test. Let's take a look at this chapter's conundrum. Another piece of Miranda's puzzle.
Miranda Cosgrove's puzzle.
There was a young
Who's
witch
the
called
iCarly lady,
Morgan,
right?
whose boss said, "Go
Hit at the
capture
time,
the
but I
Gorgon,
mean-
the creature so vile
sure-
that it might take a while.
Think about when that show
Use
came
your
out,
brain.
and even
it's a
all,
most
all of like the
useful
Hannah Montanas
organ.
and all that.
The
Those
Gorgon
kids were
was
older
fearsome
than
and
me, so
clever.
yeah, they
Two
are in their
things that
30s.
Poor Morgan was never.
That's weird.
By staring alone,
Very,
she
very
could turn
bizarre.
men to stone, so they'd have to be statues forever. Morg's friends told him, think out a plan first. But of all things, he hated to think worst. Don't make such a fuss. I'll just take a truss and trap her before I can be cursed. He tried, sneaking up from behind her. But here is a little reminder. The mirror was made as a rear viewing aid. Thus the Gorgon watched Morgan come find her. They stared in the glass, Fiend and Morgan. 4 eyes met, of man and of Gorgon. With no time to moan, Morg was turned into stone.
Oh, no.
And he never came back. He was Forgan. What was the Gorgon which Morgan was not? What traits did she have while he was a clot? What ought you to be if you would survive? What qualities help you in staying alive?
How about not living in this world? Right? Here's our thing, we get our thing.
Here's your certificate recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look. You've really mastered those spells. 15 house points.
Yay. I learned the circle button puts it away. You just barely see the buttons. No. Actually on the side.
That's it, you finished the chapter. Close the book
Right,
and
now we
choose
go to
another chapter.
5. Didn't like how fast I closed that. I like seeing the symbols. It's just where you watch the.
You can go to the Conundrum chapter anytime to reread all the
Yeah.
poems you've unlocked.
Yeah, it was just 5.
Chapter 5, Part 1.
Do this.
We've reached the final chapter. Are you
Yeah, I
ready?
would not have lasted this long. A decade ago, I was playing by sitting on the floor. I need to sit in the chair like an adult.
The Disarming Charm. If you have to combat dark magic, then this spell is a vital
wait.
part of your arsenal.
You haven't finished that yet. We'll need to go back to it later. Where's the spell incantation?
Perfect.
Pull up the glowing picture to start learning it. Goodness. You'd better put out that fire. Your water spell would make quick work of this.
Good. Hold the T button and aim the jet of water at the book so you can put out the fire. Marvelous. Good as new. Fortunately, your book is protected by powerful enchantments for exactly this reason.
Yeah, but couldn't you break those?
Now, if you've quite finished fooling around...
Huh, you know what I just... noticed?
Expelliarmus!
And you guys
The incantation for the disarming charm is Expelliarmus. Speak it clearly and use it wisely.
Lights,
got that?
turns on
Try
when
to
it
speak the
does not
incantation for this spell. 3, 2, 1,
PlayStation
go.
controller.
Brilliant. You've certainly
idea.
mastered
What
the
was this called?
incantation, so let's move on to look at the spell's gesture.
As it goes out of frame, red light comes on.
Time for the wand gesture you use to disarm an opponent. Pull it up from the page.
Yeah, I'm excited for all of this summer of PS3.
The wand movement to disarm
move
is a
game,
quick,
because I barely
straight
played
wand
it.
move to the right. Ideal for reacting quickly in battle. Well done.
Now make the gesture once more, this time from memory.
That's it. Right. To disarm opponents, you flick your wand.
So many of them, they're all over there, at least the physical ones. I've never played or barely played, and they'd be interesting to, like, how interesting was Sports Champions, you know, for instance.
Bravo. Lovely. That's the way. When you've got the hang of it, you can just hold the circle button to move on.
Actually, I bought Book of Spells like a year ago, over a year ago.
Aha! Another of our mysterious notes left by our even more mysterious student scribbler. You can pull it up with your wand, or turn the page if you want to move on. Good, good. Interesting. We're back in the greenhouse, and here's a niffler with... Is that a galleon? Nicely done. Look at him go.
Yeah, London Studio
Wonderful
made
spellcasting.
this.
You saved another
I
galleon.
imagine they also made the other Harry Potter game. I know.
Nicely done.
Supermassive,
Look at him go.
Creators of Until Dawn.
Careful,
made,
another niffler. He's after that galleon. Another galleon rescued.
Walking with Dinosaurs game, because I saw that on their list. Games by them.
Another furry thief. I bet he's after that galleon. Another furry thief. I bet he's after that galleon. Another furry thief. I bet he's after that galleon. Wonderful spellcasting. You saved another galleon. Nicely done. Look at him go.
You know, we're just harming creatures.
Wonderful spellcasting. You
But we
saved another
the
galleon.
Money is saved.
Nicely done. Look at him go. Another furry thief. I bet he's after that galleon.
Also, these things are disappearing.
Wonderful
Fading
spellcasting.
away
You saved
as
another
The
galleon.
system doesn't want to have as many rendered as possible.
Oh,
London Studio
excellent.
made this, but then they
You
also
gave the
went on
furry
to
thief
make
the
a bunch
fright
of
of his life.
PSVR stuff, and they got shut down.
Brilliant disarming. You'll need another trip to Gringotts now.
How crazy it was that they decided.
You're
they would make
getting
a
the hang
second
of
VR
disarming.
thing,
Turn the
would
page
not
to
support
face
it.
some real opponents.
Sony in general.
Now let's see if you can use the disarming charm in the heat of the moment. When you're ready, steel your nerves and pull up the glowing picture.
I don't know. Obviously, you don't want to like take your big studios and tell them you
When
have
learning
to, like,
defensive
stop what you're doing
magic,
to
there
make a
is
VR
no
game.
substitute for practical
They should have
experience.
just hired up a bunch of
As
studios
before,
that
you will
can,
practice
you
this
know.
spell in a space created by your book, with opponents who will be doing... Focus on Expelliarmus. Got all that? Right. Prepare to duel.
Wait, you know? We're back at this set.
Wand at the ready now. Prepare for combat.
Please.
Stay focused and you'll do me proud. I know it.
There's one. Well done. Beautifully disarmed. Get him. Brilliant disarming. Beautifully disarmed. Excellent cast. Look out! Well done. There's one.
Think that was the last one.
These animations on all these characters, they have a very,
More of them.
not mobile game. Honestly, maybe
Now's your chance.
I am right by,
Excellent cast. They're taking
saying,
aim.
like, a theme park attraction.
Beautifully
stuff.
disarmed.
Like, they're weirdly slow.
There's
thing
one.
Takes
That's the
while.
way. Nice. Lovely spell work. They're taking aim. Well done.
Think that was the last one.
Good. Like, overstaying its welcome, but again, mentioned
Watch
that,
out,
like,
they've got friends.
you know, what else are they?
Get him. There's one. Lovely spell work.
The reused voice lines, like, you know
Look out.
how
Lovely
many
spell
of
work.
these you're thinking of having
That's
them
the
do.
way. Look out. That's the way. Excellent cast.
Right?
Beautifully
Okay, how many
disarmed.
guys are we going to be shooting these things at? So generally speaking, how
There's
many
one.
lines should we have?
Excellent
Two?
cast.
Think
Just
that
two
was the
lines?
last one.
You know what I mean? Like, it's saying the same things over and over again.
Impressive.
And not doing it
You didn't get
correctly,
hit once.
Like, I guess perfectly.
That's
right?
it. You're a master
Now
of the
imagine you're a
disarming
kid
charm. Well
who's, like,
done.
missing and
You've
being
become a
slow and
formidable
bring it up and hearing
duelist.
the same
Take
things over and
15
over
house
again.
points.
Maybe that's good for kids, right? Like, maybe that, like,
We've
repetitive,
got another
"Nice
bit of
job,
information
nice
about this
job,
spell.
Great.
Pull
Nice
it up if
job,
you'd like to
great,
read it, or
great,
you can just
nice
turn the
job,"
page.
over and over again.
Let's see here.
I don't know. 4 more pages.
I am most impressed. 15 house points.
Still neat overall.
Our esteemed author has
think
left
it would
us
have been
further information
if
on this
was more of,
spell.
like,
Pull it up if you'd like to know more.
say, like a
Or
packet
you can
of the
just
book, that's
turn the
literally
page.
what it was.
Let's find out how you did.
Or was it the other way around?
You're a
They
master
bill it
of
as the
that
other way
spell.
around.
15 house points. My. There's another extra bit of information on this spell. Oh, the Reductor Curse. It's dangerous, advanced, and not to be taken. This page will teach you the incantation and gesture for the Reductor Curse. You need to learn the magic words for the spell. Point at the glowing words with your wand.
It's
and
funny because
hold
it
the
doesn't
T
actually
button.
have you say
Reducto.
these words at all.
The incantation Reducto will give you the power to blast solid objects out of your path.
Wow.
Got that? Now you speak the incantation for this spell. 3, 2, 1, go. I can't hear you. Try saying the incantation.
E.
Wonderful! You've learned the incantation, so the spell's
This needs to
gesture
hear
is
something.
next.
Like, it is from this era, is like with the DS microphone.
Pull up the gesture diagram to
one of
learn
those
to
things
cast
where
the
it's
spell.
Can it actually determine what you're saying?
The Reductor Curse
I know,
requires
like,
2
Brain Age
sharp
on the DS
slashes
had you say
downwards. To the right,
colors?
then to the left. Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory?
How much
Excellent
of
wand
that
work.
was
To perform the
actually
Reductor Curse,
it?
just
I don't-
flick your wand
I don't
towards an
know.
object.
A lot of the DS and then Wii U gamepad, well, it was also 3DS as well. A lot of just blowing into the microphone.
Aha! The
They
spellbook's
realized,
taking
like,
us
hey,
somewhere you
that's
can try this dangerous curse out
All
safely.
people did.
Looks
But
like the
instead of
perfect
shouting
chance
the
to
thing, they
practice
just
your
went,
Reductor Curse. Start
you know.
destroying those rocks. That's it! I think Miranda's giving you a taste of this curse's destructive force. Oh, you've made short work of that. You've got a knack for curses. Looks like all that cursing has shaken something loose. We'll be trapped. Use your curse to blast those rocks out of the way.
Shit.
Nice. Well done. Nice. Good shot. Nice. Keep at it. That's it.
What if you play Tetris?
We're clear. Nicely done.
Big.
Splendid. I think your work on this spell is done. You'll need to close the book and select Chapter 5, Part 2 to move on.
The last part of the game.
You're nearly there. Are you ready for the final test? Chapter 5, Part 2.
I'm more excited for tomorrow's game.
Ah, the stunning spell. You'll need this one if you want to hold your own in a wizard duel. First, we'll learn the incantation for this spell. Pull the words up from the page. You need to learn the magic words for the spell.
As well as
Point at the
Tuesday's
glowing
game.
words with your wand,
Two non-Harry
then
Potter
hold the
games.
T
The ones
button.
are more.
Stupefy.
I was like, what are they going to be?
The incantation Stupefy
think
gives you the
I
power
have
to
to take a look.
stun
I
your
keep it on a
opponent.
spreadsheet.
Use it
Buying the
responsibly.
digital
The
PS3
trick is to say
I
it
wanna keep
loudly
track on how
and
much they
clearly,
cost and all that.
and before your opponent.
And
3, 2,
pretty
1.
sure the Walking with Dinosaurs game was $30. I should look up
You'll
on
have-
like
That's it.
PSN price tracker website, see if it ever went on sale. Obviously, around a decade ago, maybe around 2017.
Let's learn the stunning
Sony
spell's gesture. Pull it
Turned
up
off
from the
ability
page.
for sales and price drops and anything like that. But like it stayed at that $30, which is very
The
funny
stunning
to me. But
spell
they
is a
got my
sharp
$30.
slash directly downwards with the
I
wand.
just
A
realized I
sharp
probably
downward
financially
slash.
supported
Sounds
the
simple enough
BBC
to remember,
through its
right?
royalties.
Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory? That's it. Lovely bit of wand work. Now, after you've cast the spell, you just flick your wand to send out a stunner. Pixies. They'll cause havoc in here.
These animations would look so much better.
I think
if
I
they
know
were
just
at,
the
like,
spell for these cheeky little
higher
things.
frame rate.
Don't you?
You know what I mean? This whole thing would be more impressive if it was at a higher frame rate, because the way this augmented reality stuff is working, my mind isn't being tricked by what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? But if it was
Got him. One down.
Such a low frame rate, more closer
Shame.
to
Try again.
what the human eye
If they're flying too fast, wait until they slow down and then get them. Good shot. That's the second one.
then I can see it more like, whoa, they're actually there in my house.
And that's the last of those cheeky pixies. Well done indeed. A most useful spell, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, the Patronus Charm. This spell provides a defense against the darkest of magic. It's time to find out what you're made of. Remember the mending charm? It's a square. This page is in a terrible state. Still, nothing a mending charm won't fix. That's it. Now just flick your wand down at the book.
Book is
Good.
protected by magical
We need to learn the
enchantment,
incantation
very basic
first,
spell
even
will
if you
affect-
think you know it already. Pull up the incantation text. Dementors! Even a picture of those creatures gives me the shivers. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. A powerful incantation, but meaningless without great positive feeling behind it. Ready? Try the incantation for
It's
this
so
spell
hard to
in 3,
follow a
2,
lot of
1,
the
go.
animations and fast movement because they're such a low frame rate. Yet they're
Well
moving
done.
fast. Like
Now you've
physically
learned the
within
spell's incantation.
the game world.
It's time to learn its gesture.
So it's just hard to like believe what I'm seeing.
All right, you can do it. Pull up the gesture symbol from the page. The Patronus charm will take focus and determination to master. Lost control there. You need to keep drawing that circle as well as you can. All right, once more. Start moving your wand in a circle. Focus on that memory now. Spot on.
Oh, you're supposed to.
Just let go of the button. That's it. Brilliant.
Nice. Oh, the symbol down there.
Extraordinary. To cast it on your first
I could've been paying
try.
attention as well.
This is what's called an incorporeal Patronus. With practice, you should soon be able to summon a full animal Patronus. One last. Time to see whether you might be able to conjure a full Patronus. Right, pull up the picture. Let's see if you can conjure up a full Patronus. To conjure a full
Frame rate
corporeal
dying,
Patronus, focus your mind as hard as you can on a single happy memory. Choose a memory and hold it in your mind as you cast the spell. That's not it. Try another spell. Yes! You're ready. Let go of the move button. Oh, looks like we're back in the classroom again. Wand at the ready now. Start casting the Patronus charm. Let's give it a real go. Just let go of the button.
My expecto is a horse.
You got it. I could just see it for a second. Let's try again. Start tracing the circle. Next time it'll be more powerful. You can do it. Think of the happiest thing you can and move your wand. That's it. I could see it clearly for just a moment. Once more now. Start the circle. And let's see how long you can make your Patronus last.
Platinum trophy.
Magnificent! Your Patronus is a powerful horse.
Call it like a stallion, you know what I mean, or something like that. How jank this thing was.
And there it
Someone
goes.
gave up when they were told
Remarkable.
to animate this scene.
Impressive stuff. But summoning your Patronus in the face of danger, that's the real trick. You've done yourself proud. You're ready to tackle the chapter test. Are you ready? Of course you are.
I will say I am
But be
impressed by
careful.
this thing's
Pull up the
ability
picture
to
on the
recognize
page.
him.
Let's find out what we'll
It's
be
still messing
facing.
up a little bit. That's due to the way the light is. But I am I'm a little bit impressed that I can do this with my hands.
This final challenge will test all the magical
wand.
skills you have learned in this chapter and will
that's
take the measure of your nerve.
I just had the Star Wars license. You could have
You
the
will
lightsaber.
face considerable danger, but succeed, and you will win a new conundrum, which hints at the last of the key qualities of great
Force
wizards.
Unleashed 2.
You will then be able to unlock
Obviously,
a
both of
final
those games are on the
poem
Wii.
with the solution to all the conundrums. Gather. Heavens! A Dementor! These are foul and hollow beings that feed on positive emotions. Oh, of course, Miranda must have known what she was doing, but still, this seems quite a drastic way to test your skills. Of course, it's just something your books conjured up. Nothing to be scared of.
Am I supposed to... This?
Oh, that wasn't it. Press triangle if you need a clue. Good lord! A wizarding village! That Dementor could wreak havoc here. Whew, it's gone for now. What will we be facing next? Merlin's beard! Werewolf! This village is in for a nasty surprise if you don't do something. It won't be long before they're attacking. Oh, not the reductor curse. Werewolves are people too, just not at the moment. Werewolves don't need weapons, so they can't be disarmed. Try another spell. Yes! Excellent! Now stun the rest of them. Another one stunned.
Aren't werewolves, these are just actual wolves. What's the game talking about?
Got him! Oh! He doesn't know what hit him!
How many more times are we gonna do it? 3 times?
Great wand work. Got him. last of them. Where's the book taking you now? Ah, crafty. Those werewolves think they're safe while they're hiding. Ha! You've no choice. Destroy that stuff they're hiding behind.
Hey, these guys were destroying things.
Nicely done. Look at him, Scarper.
Now
Now
what
get
if
the
you
rest.
destroy things because they're hiding?
Good. He's had enough, that's for sure. Excellent spell work. That's the last of them driven off.
Where's the logic? How just
No
because
time to
he
rest, I'm afraid.
werewolves or regular wolves.
Oh, that giant venomous tentaculus captured some of the townsfolk. Oh, it looks eager to add you to its collection. All right, you have to be brave now. Free that villager. Their need is greater than yours. You need to make it drop what it's holding. Try the disarming charm. It's a slash to the right. You disarmed the tentacula. Well done. Here's another villager to rescue. Keep at it. Another captured villager. Oh, smooth disarming. You're doing great. Here's another villager to save. Another villager in dire need of rescue. Whew, that was the last one. Excellent
Putting
spell
in
work.
effort in the booth, the recording booth. We'll give them that. I'm down
What's
there.
this?
Still,
The Dementor has returned.
he made a mistake.
It's brought friends. There are so many of them. Courage now. Oh, that wasn't it. Press triangle if you need a clue. Looks like even the Tentacula doesn't want to be around the Dementors. You have to stop them, drive them back. You know what to do. That's it. Now keep circling your wand and hold on to that happy memory in your head. Focus on that happy memory. Keep circling your wand. Oh, you've done it.
Cool horse.
Your Patronus will protect you. I can't believe it.
Charles.
Look at that Patronus. Oh, you should be so proud of yourself. And you've saved the village. And might I say, what a magnificent Patronus.
Why can't these protect themselves? I'm a student. Adults.
And there it goes.
Alright,
Amazing.
Platinum?
You displayed nerves of steel, bested some of the wizarding world's most fearsome creatures, and saved a village from destruction.
A fake
Time to
village.
look at this chapter's conundrum. I have a feeling I know what wizardly virtue Miranda is going to tell us about.
Hey, there's the platinum.
I never saw a wizard quite the same as Quintus Harcourt Ballyfumble Stranger, as famous for his most unusual name, as for the speed with which he fled from danger. A bang, a flash, a grunt, each sudden noise would make him vanish, hide, or run at speed. He soon became a joke among the boys, for which among us likes a feeble weed? There's nothing wrong with nerves when trouble starts, Quin's father told him kindly. We all know the quaking of our simple human hearts, the feeling that our legs have turned to dough. Yet feelings such as these, though very normal, can still be overcome, Quin. Don't lose hope. But Quintus said, his manner cold and formal, I wish you wouldn't treat me like a dope. Why should I stand and fight when safety calls? What's more important than to save my neck? If others wish to duel, I think them fools. I have no wish to end a broken wreck. So all the use his wand got, year on year, was shielding Quintus of the silly name, until one day the wand came over queer and wouldn't work. I think it died of shame. The moral's clear. What quality is worth more than timidity? And without what are wizards lame? Their spell work poor, their magic tame.
Okay. Is that it? We will look at the collectibles thing. I want to know what the hell that was supposed to be. What stupid Harry
Here's
Potter
your
stuff.
certificate recording your progress. Pull it up from the book to have a look.
Gonna be
Superb show of
objects you
wand
can
work,
move
15
around.
house
Just
points.
Be like, that would be interesting, I guess. As again, as a tech demo type thing.
There you go. Now you've got the last of the conundrums, close the book and go to the conundrum chapter for a final poem with all the answers.
I guess we'll look at what that is supposed to be. Wait, they don't want to fit them all in this. We'll look at this first. We already got the platinum, so I'm curious. I'm super curious. Oh, I have to open.
On this page, you can inspect your wand, learn about your house, and find out a bit about our author. Turn the pages of this chapter to have a look at all the collectibles.
Alright, that's... I thought it would be like, hey, you
Right, let's
manipulate
crack
the
on.
objects. I didn't realize it was gonna be like, I don't know, a static thing you look at.
This chapter holds all the conundrum poems you've unlocked. And here's the first poem. Remember Quintus? What... You've completed your last test, so that means you've unlocked Miranda's final poem. Remember all the foolish witches and wizards we've heard about? Time to find out if you've got the qualities they lacked.
We'll see what this is, and then we'll call it.
So, did you guess, my faithful friend, who's worked so hard from start to end? What would have saved the dreadful five whose stories you have heard described? Yes, practice every single day will pave the gifted wizard's way to greater skill. But Izzy Rose was lazy, as her failure shows. Now, wit and concentration are essential if you would go far. Naught but distraction rots your brain, as seen by Douglas in The Drain. No greatness comes without hard work.
But the light just glows.
Which
on the
Angus didn't
book.
like, the Burke. And patience too, which will not quit. As Angus did, the silly git. When faced with monsters, fanged or furred, no, cunning's not a dirty word. If you'd avoid poor Morgan's end, then shrewdness is your truest friend. Above all, bravery in danger, sorely lacked by Quintus Stranger, will lift you high in our esteem. We all want daring on our team. Each habit, trait, and quality, which I've described so pithily, is quite essential if you wish to be the best you can. Now
How many
swish
people worked on this game? Let's see what the
and
credits are.
flick and wave. Pronounce the spell. And make your magic work so well that onlookers will rub their eyes. Our admiration is your prize. So, did you guess, my faithful friend, who's worked so hard from start to end?
Same fucking thing.
What would have saved the dreadful
We're done.
five whose stories
done.
you...
There.
You've come on so much. There's greatness in your future, I've no doubt. Keep practicing your charms. Try not to flourish your wand quite so much. And come back to visit. Oh, and I almost forgot. Just close your book for one last time, will you? There. Your book of spells is complete. But if you ask me, this is just the start of your magical education. Come back and sharpen your wand skills anytime you like. I'll be here.
I just like this zoom in the game decided to do. Green. Alright. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment down below on the video if you've ever heard of Wonderbook before or any of this type of stuff. I think this, if you know, I don't want to necessarily review it on like a 1 out of 10 type of thing. I think this is a neat gimmick idea that I think just does not go far enough. And as a whole, if you look at this, whether, you know, I forget if it was 50 or 60 bucks, but it was one of those two. If it was 40, then that's great, because it came with the game and the book physically, and so did the second Harry Potter one as well. If you look at it as like, oh, you bought the book and it came with the game, I guess then it is fine, you know, pack in software for the accessory. But really, this is a very simple book.
This chapter,
cardboard pages. I know it's not really showing that on the screen. You know, I'll hold it up here for the OBS camera, right? It's a very simple thing. This is not worth that price. So really, it was you're buying the game and it came with the required accessory. So therefore, this is an game. An easy platinum, but an video game. I'm curious to see what Diggs Nightcrawler will be like. That is tomorrow's Wonderbook game. And then don't forget we have the second Harry Potter thing, Book of Potions, Today's Sunday, right? Tomorrow's Monday, that's Diggs Nightcrawler. Tuesday is Book of Potions, and Wednesday is going to be Walking with Dinosaurs. Again, I have a feeling Book of Potions is going to be exactly like this one here, the same idea. So I'm more curious and interested in seeing what the non-Harry Potter games are going to be like. How can we take this book idea and apply that to different types of video games than what this was showing us? So, yes, and then obviously there's non-Wonderbook stuff happening as well all throughout the summer. So keep an eye out on the channel. Again, like and subscribe, and let me know PS3 game you are most excited about to see covered. Follow us on Bluesky or Twitter. You can see the whole list there. Great. Thank you. Goodbye. What was my sign-off? I don't have a sign-off. Got that trophy, though.